All right, let's see. Testing. Does this work? Hello? Can you guys hear me? I'm in my very echoey new room. Oh, we did. Oh. Okay, cool. I don't know why I typed. We did, but... Yeah, I gotta get some soundproofing up in here because it's pretty echoey. We went from a house that was mostly carpet to a house that's mostly like hard surfaces. I've got wood flooring here. I've got, hard surfaces all around me. I gotta get like, I think I've seen some flooring that I can get that can like dampen the sound and stuff, but I'm gonna try to ride it out as best I can. Let me know if it gets like kind of distracting, but it was a good game, but for some reason we were favored. It's because supposedly we're pretty good this year. I have not been following ISU sports as much as I should, especially as a resident of the town. And, I come from a background of Hawkeye fans. Like, my whole family is Hawkeye fans. Just put up a bunch of towels just everywhere. Just towels everywhere you see. I thought about it. My wife probably would not be such a fan of that, but I did pitch it, and what I got told was no. Oklahoma State was undefeated and top 10, but you were favored by 7, which is pretty close to where it wound up, right? I think I saw the score was within a touchdown. Vegas loves us. Vegas loves ISU, baby. KV the monkey is here. KV, how are you? Welcome to my echoey new room. I can't wait to listen to the VOD and hear how echoey this is. I went from a pretty good acoustic room to a super, super duper bouncy sounding room. So I got some soundproofing to do. But I thought I would fire up a stream this morning. I got going pretty late, and I was hanging with the kids a little bit ago, and I was like, should I not? But I was like, I got to get back on that horse. I got to get a stream going. The mic is picking it up less than you think. Okay, well, that's good. That's good. With maybe some filtering and stuff, too, I could probably do some more work. Like I said, I want to go back to the VOD and just kind of listen to it and then see. But the joys of a new space. I got to show you guys this. Are you ready? So check this out. I don't know if I'm going to do anything with this, but if you see behind me here, that wall has a cutout in it. This is nuts. This house is like a 1953 construction, so it's a very old house. I'm on the upper level. It's like a 1.5 story. This thing in the wall is literally, it's like an escape hatch. Like, look at that. That's just storage. But I could go hide in there. That's like a panic room. It's a Malkovich door. Malkovich! It's just, I could just, midstream, I could just bail. We just go right in there. It's a panic room. There's those, or a networking closet. CKV, now you're thinking. Exactly. Speaking of which, I think at some point I'm going to have our good buddy Altorn come over here because he's, I've told him a little bit about the house and he's like, oh, we're going to get you wired. Because I'm just on wireless right now. And so far it seems to be pretty steady. We'll see. I mean, I'm technically cabled to my hotspot, which is like right behind me, but the hotspot is wireless. Thank you.
Almost at 12 months.
Almost a full year, which is wild to think about. Thank you very much for the sub. Appreciate that. The old Bezos bucks. I appreciate you spending your Bezos bucks right here. I'm so bad at video games, I just leave. I'm just like out of here. Like, oh my god, I can't. I'm gone. See ya. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, KV. I was pretty impressed doing like some testing on the new wireless stuff because I got the Orbi setup, which apparently is not a true mesh wireless situation. It's I guess it's I don't know what they call it, but they're more like point-to-point So like if you, as I understand it, if you have like 3 or 4 Orbi like wireless hotspots, they just like chain to each other. But yeah, it's working really well. Right now I only have 2. I just have one in the basement in the opposite corner of the house and one up here, and they seem to talk to each other. You live pretty close to my sister. She lives on the northwest side, just out of town. Okay. Yeah. So if I just drove like straight north and a little west, I'd probably be out there. So is that like a development area or something? I'll have to look her up. I kind of forgot your sister was in town, Mad Mardigan. That's good to know. We're so bad at like getting to know people in town. We've been here for, I mean, at this point, coming up close to, well, 10 years, a little bit more. Straight north of Squirrel Storage. So fun story, when we were moving, Squirrel Storage is exactly what we used. We got a little unit there and stored a bunch of stuff there while we were waiting for the movers. So 10 to 12 houses. Pretty soon, that's all gonna be, like, I think town is just going that way. So pretty soon your sister's just gonna be in town, which is kind of weird. We're getting hyper local on the stream today. We're just talking about stuff that's happening in my hometown today. That's what happens when you move, though. Like when you move, I just feel like you are constantly like looking at your town in a whole new light. I also did this. I've done this a couple of times where I have driven like towards my old house just because muscle memory kicked in. I don't know if you've ever remembered like when you've moved where you're just like literally just remembering, oh, my house is not there anymore. Cause like you don't even think about it. I've done that at least 3 or 4 times. So, I think I'm gonna play a little bit of the video game now because I don't know how long I'm gonna be streaming today. Normally on a Sunday stream, I'm gonna try to get a little earlier start than I did this morning. But I figured I better get back on that horse. I don't know, is this better with the light? That's maybe a little better. Yeah, we'll do that. I did not have my ring light on and then I turned it on. Okay, let's play some video games. Let's see if I still remember how to play some video games. We'll turn game sound on. Oh, that's pretty loud, actually. The old Super Nintendo, she kicks out a lot of sound. I've also turned on the Super Nintendo games request queue, so if you guys do want me to play something on the SNES, I should have pretty much every SNES game available if it's a North American release. Horses are dangerous. Good point. Stick to video games. You heard about those horses? They kick. They can kill people. I don't know if you know this or not. Spider and Murphically is talking about all the RPGs made me crack and get the Divinity bundle. I need to check and see, like, KV, I don't know if you were tracking part of that conversation. Like, I love RPGs, like traditional RPGs like that. But I'm just so terrified of the time commitment. But they are so good. Like, I feel like that's a situation where once I start, I'll probably just be a lot like Murph, where it's just like, that's all I'm playing, you know? Because they're so good. That, and I don't know what I would start with. I remember back in the day, I played a lot of the first Neverwinter Nights. Yeah, most of them are, you know, a pretty big commitment. You know, 40, 50, 60 hours easy. Or maybe, you know, honestly, maybe I don't know. Maybe that's just what I've built up in my head as to what they are. Maybe they're not actually that long. I don't know. I've heard Divinity is pretty beefy, though. Don't hit me, missile. Don't hit me. Thank you. Spider. Spider's here, everybody. Spider is redeeming thee. Hang on.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name.
Everybody say hi to Spider.
And they're always glad you came.
Spider in space. Did I pick up Metroid Dread? Welcome, Spider. Welcome on in. Thanks for using your Cheers entrance. We did put a little thing on that now where it's got a timeout on it. So if it shows as though it's not available for everybody, it will be available again in a few minutes. I think it's still 1 per stream, but it's got a 5-minute timer. So KevGen, yes, I did pick up Metroid Dread, and I have beaten it twice already. That's probably why I haven't been streaming, to be honest, is I played through normal mode, and I've played through hard mode. And actually, I don't know if it would be interesting to do a hard mode on stream, but I would totally play that game again. Like, I straight up love that game. Like, have you played it? Because if you haven't played it and you're thinking about it, just do it. Just pick it up. Because Metroid Dread is probably, I don't know, it personally might be my game of the year. Super Star Wars Return of the Jedi. Oh, man. That's a good one. Yes, I tell you what, I will play until I die or until... No, you know what? I've played this on stream before. Let's just, let's get into Super Star Wars. Let's do it. Give me 1 second here. We'll switch her up. Because, Super Star Wars is, whew. Okay, let me switch games here real quick. Super Star Wars Return of the Jedi. I used to play this on Game Boy. As a matter of fact, a good friend of mine in school had the Game Boy version of Super Star Wars Return of the Jedi, and the Game Boy was like the only console I had forever, and so he loaned it to me, basically on an extended loan. I'm gonna play till I die. I thought about it, and then I'm like, that might actually be a while, and I don't know how much stream I have here, so we'll go back to... We'll do the Super Star Wars here. Here we go. This one is pretty tough. All of these Super Star Wars games were actually super tough. I think any of the request games I will definitely play until I die, though. Until I get at least 1 game over screen. Oh god, I forgot you start with this. Okay, what are the buttons? Okay, this is jump. I feel like I have I do have a boost. Okay, this is good. Do I remember how to do this? I think I beat this level once not too long ago. Also, check out these Mode 7 graphics. This is the power of the SNES. It runs 3D graphics at 12 frames per second. While I feel like the Mode 7 graphics were kind of cool at the time, definitely Genesis, like, having the faster graphics, like the faster 16-bit processing, or blast processing, as the marketing called it, was probably the better long-term move. Although Mode 7 did give us Super Mario Kart, so I can't really smack talk Mode 7 graphics. What am I even driving? Supposedly this is some kind of an air speeder, I would guess. But, you know, I don't really remember this from the Star Wars. Did we do it? Hey! We did it. Yeah, I would agree with you, KevGen. I think Dread is my personal game of the year also. Dread is just that good. Undertale fan, how are you? Welcome on in. You are currently playing Final Fantasy 15? You know what? I need to get back to that game. I never actually finished it. Okay. Everybody remembers Luke Skywalker and the part of the movie that they didn't include. His, apparently his run to Jabba's palace was, much more fraught with danger than we thought. Okay, this double jump is pretty okay. Wow, wow, I exist. So part of the reason that I want to play through Final Fantasy 15... Oh god. Do I have a throw? Okay, that's cool. Do I have a block? I do have a block. I got a health sword. Okay, so at this point... okay, yeah. Basically, the big thing that's going to happen to me is I'm just going to run out of health, because everything chips away at your health, and the health pickups in this game are notoriously stingy, if I remember correctly. the Emmy are like a terrible game of tag. You know, if I do have one critique though, I don't know how far you are, KevGen, I won't get into it, but like, I would say that while I really liked the Emmy, like when I first started playing, I would actually say that by the end of the game, the Emmy sort of get kind of more annoying than like dreadful, right? Like I really, don't get me wrong, I like it and I like the game. I love the game actually. But in a game that is so amazing to play, I think Emmy, the thing that was like mega hyped for the game, is actually probably the weakest part of it. Want a full uncut scene of Anakin and the younglings? That's very dark. That's very dark. Oh wait, we got health. Can you imagine if that would have come out in like if the new or the prequel trilogy would have come out in the SNES like era? There actually probably would have been a 16-bit version of Anakin, like, and then Anakin went to the younglings, and then kill all the younglings in 30 seconds. Oh my god, am I super fast? What's happening here? I think I'm dead. Oh, nope. Okay, there is a bottom here. Oh. I feel like I definitely went the wrong way. This, oh god. What is this thing that's chasing me? I don't know what this is. Maybe game sound a little higher. Not much, but a little bit. Oh god. This thing electrocutes and everything? Yeah, this map is huge. You're correct, Burns. Once they can stun lock, it gets annoying. In fact, yes. And you're correct, too. The boss fights are easily one of the best things about the game. Like, those... I have never had boss fights be so rewarding. I can't remember the last boss fights that I had that were great. Where, like, the first time you step into the boss's arena, you just get your shit wrecked, right? Like, you're just like, oh, how am I going to beat this guy? And then when you figure out the patterns and you become as a god, it is, it feels so good. But yeah, the, particularly when they get, I feel like later in the game, well, I won't say too much, but the Emmy get more powerful, kind of like you get more powerful. And some of the tricks that they can pull towards the end they feel pretty cheap. That last boss fight, without spoiling anything, may be one of the most amazing boss fights, I think, in a game that I've played. God, I was not picked up once by these birds, and now they're... Okay, whatever. I feel like I was doing pretty good staying high, and now I'm going low, and... this might be the end. What the hell is that thing? Okay. R2, save me? Doo-dee-dee! Literally everything hurts me. If anything comes into contact with your sprite, you're just dead. Just like, oh! We all remember when when Luke Skywalker got hit, and the noise that he made was, oh! That's my favorite part of Star Wars. You know, Luke Skywalker, every time he gets hit, oh! I mean, I'm gonna pick Luke every time. Maybe I should pick somebody else, but I'm gonna pick Luke every time. Okay, 2-point bonus. Oh, that hurts too. Even walking through the rocks and stuff hurts. Man, I do not remember much about this game. Let's try spinning, that's a good trick. I do feel like one of my best tricks is... Oh god, that guy does so much damage. I feel like maybe he's the gatekeeper towards the end, though. I think maybe we're done. Spider, I did pick up... basically, when you linked, Spider, that whole bundle, I saw the bundle was on sale, and so I just picked it all up. So yeah, I've got them all. Okay, what's my throw again? It's that. Okay. Bird, put me down! Oh, this bird is just gonna casually drag me through all the collision in the level. That's a good strat, actually. Way to go, bird. Okay, I'm just gonna run past that dude. That seems like the play. Okay, here's my speed again. Okay, maybe this is the play. Maybe we just run. We run through everything. No, we're gonna die. No. Okay, so I got that R2. Maybe that's my. Maybe I spawn there. Okay, that's what the R2s do. Okay, good. Oh, this is the boss, I think. Oh god. Okay, I do kind of miss this from the from licensed games. Like, they have to put a boss fight here, right? So what do? They take the guy who opens the door, and they're just like, what if you have to fight that guy? You know, the little droid that's a ball that goes, Machuga Klinky. I'm gonna so die. There's no way I'm gonna beat this encounter. Oh, you're gonna play, see, I never beat Horizon Zero Dawn. Spider. Then Dying Light. Oh, I'm dead. We're gonna beat Boo Earns. Oh, you can't get it all in. It comes out as Boo Earns. Alright, we're just gonna be Boo then. Boo! Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, the pro move is always A. Ah! Yeah, the boss is just the scanner. Exactly. Alright, we're gonna try again. Ooh, toidles in time. Now we're talking. We're gonna do some toidles. Let's do some toidles. I like it. We'll just chat while we switch to toidles. Toidles in time. I'm not terrible at Turtles in Time. In fact, early on in the pandemic, I think, my oldest boy and I finished Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time. But that's because when you play with somebody, it's a lot easier game. It's a lot easier. The pro move is to put in ass. Alright, let's play some Turtles in Time. Cowabunga! Also, yes, I was gonna say, you can tell a lot about somebody by what turtle they pick. And if they don't pick Donatello, you kind of worry a little bit. I'm just saying. The pro move is always Donatello. This is April O'Neil reporting. Hey, Shredder. Bring that statue back. You bloated beanbag.
Big Apple, 3 a.m.
I think one of the finest moments of parenting was me turning my kids into Turtles fans. Okay, it's basically just these two buttons. Yeah, okay. That's the pro move. If you can consistently do this, you'll go far. Because that move, like, it one hits like a bunch of the dudes. Also, apparently, people who play this game, like, seriously, turn on a few different settings. I believe one of the settings that they turn off or on is the auto-targeting. Because I don't know if you know this, but by default, like, if you're just wailing on some foot soldiers and, like, somebody comes up behind you, I think to make the game slightly easier, what it'll do is it'll auto-target that person. But it'll actually, if you kind of know what you're doing, it'll sort of screw you up. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm gonna leave it on. I didn't really need that pizza. Mode 7, baby! Oh, I'm getting wrecked there. There we go. Okay. So there's also, I think what I've got to remember is later on there's a boss that, it's actually the Shredder boss, I think, right? Where you have to throw dudes at the screen, and that's the only way you can damage him. And that boss, I believe, was exclusive to the SNES version, because they wanted to show off the Mode 7 graphics. Because that move is the one that you can do in the arcade, but then the one where you pick them up and throw them literally at the screen, is the one that they put into the Super Nintendo just to show off. Ooh, look. Fancy 3D graphics. Okay. Don't forget your special takes health. Smashing or throwing the people at the screen counts as 2 points, gets you... Oh, yeah, okay. That's good to know. So that's... Does that smash count is what you're saying? So that got me 2 points. That got me 2 points. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, okay, okay. Also, this pizza, I'm gonna leave here just in case I need it. Hey, hey. You, oh. There we go. You nerd. Baxter, come down, you nerd. There we go. Baxter, come down, Baxter Stockman. Okay, I might... Oh, I did not think he was lined up with me. There we go. Okay, he's switched to... That's right, he's got this little grabber dealing. You know, if he was here, you know who's very good at this game is Kerblet. Our good buddy, the Kerblet, has been playing this quite a bit, and he's actually on the leaderboards for speedrunning. I think he's in... Does anybody know what Kerblet placed in? He's actively was running this game for a while. And I think he got he's definitely on the leaderboards. There's a floating spin you can do in the air that also does a ton of damage. The Party Officer Kerblet. Yeah, he's pretty good at this, well, at video games in general, but he's pretty good at this video game. Which I think is really cool. I've often wondered about speedrunning, but I don't know. I don't know if I have the patience to go for it. If I did it, I would do something on stream. To be honest, the closest that I've gotten to having something that I want to do that's close to that is I think I want to try to do a Doom Eternal Ultra Nightmare run. I've actually been playing on Nightmare off stream to see if I can get myself to the point where I could do it. And let me tell you, Nightmare in Doom, friggin' tough, man. Doom Eternal Nightmare is no joke. I did not want that pizza, but that's okay. Ah, that's cheap. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think... You know, some of the games that I think, I don't know, yeah, you really, you almost it's kind of different than even loving the game though too, right? Because even if you love it, I would think after a while you would get kind of sick of it. I think it's got to be that kind of game that it just hooks into your brain correctly. And it's a game where, you know, you just it's sort of like The Matrix, right? Where you're I don't even see the code anymore. All I see is, you know, this skip, that skip, power up over here, you know, that kind of thing. Hey, we did it. No damage. No damage. Pizza power. I would agree with that too. Yeah. Yeah, there are some speedruns that are just you know, kind of a slog, and then there are some speedruns that are legit pretty fun. Maybe I'll save this again? I think you're supposed to kind of trap this guy. I'm gonna do this for safety. I used to be better at fighting this boss, I think. Okay, he's gonna do that. We gotta jump over him. Yeah, I shouldn't let him get those free hits in. Thankfully, they don't do that much damage. 200 for life? Yeah. 100 would be awesome. I would have all the lives. Yeah, okay, now that I know that's 200, that's pretty doable. And the extra life, management of those is pretty crucial. Because so far, we've gotten through 2 levels, no deaths, and we've gotten a 1-up, so things are good. Undertale, you're trying to 100% Final Fantasy 15. You want to get to level 100 to have your armature before the last fight. Maybe head back to Old Lucis, get the Adamantoise Bangle. Man, you're really making me want to play Final Fantasy 15 again. I did really like that game. I just like, I don't know why. I just kind of put it down. I think I had something else that I was playing and I never went back to it. I think I have like 2 copies of it even, because I think I bought it on PC and Xbox. What am I doing? There, we gotta get these guys. I remember when I was a kid, I think I like dodged all these guys, because I was like, oh, they're so easy to dodge, not realizing that this is a bonus stage and you're supposed to kill as many of them as you can for the points. You gotta get, my toe, my toe. My 4-year-old will actually do that if he stubs his toe. Because he's played a lot of, we've played a lot of Turtles in Time with him too. So he'll go around the corner, he will legit, like if he hits a table or something, and then he'll just be like, my toe, my toe. The most adorable thing. Oh, yep, first one right out of the gates. Oh, fantastic. You know, it's just, that's what people came here for, right? Pizza Monster! Oh, pizza oh, okay, I didn't get the jump off in time. Let's just dodge this boy. Let's dodge that boy. Let's dodge that boy. That one actually did damage to me. There's another pizza coming up, I think. Yes. Okay, now we fight, Rat King, right? Isn't that who's down here? Rat King on some sort of a boat? Is that what I remember? Yeah, this guy. First the sewers, then the world. You know, I gotta applaud his ambition. He's trying to do a real rags to riches thing here. Oh, the torpedo got me. That's not good. Oh god, those torpedoes do a fair amount of damage. I mean, I suppose it is an actual torpedo striking a ninja mutant turtle. So one would think that that would do a lot of damage. Yeah, I think on the top you don't take a lot of damage either. Oh god. Oh god. Come on, be dead. Be dead. Be dead. There we go. Only had 2 health there. That was actually a little scary. But we did it. Cowabunga! So the bottom right, like where he kind of was, like on his side of the screen? I didn't know that that was a safe spot too. I always just hugged the top. Such an odd starting point for world domination. First the sewers? How does that make sense? First the sewers, then the world. Can't remember if I was on, for my echo sound effect, if I was on, was I on this one? Hello? No? Hello? Then the world! I think all that stuff might have reset when I moved. Oh, these guys again. God, I hate these things. No, you don't. No, okay, yes you do. Oh, God. Oh, that, oh, off screen, cheap. Okay, we're still 100 away from extra life, and I don't know how close our pizza is, so... Oh, and the mousers are here, no! Okay, can I do infinite special when I'm at 1 health? I think I can. I know that was a thing in previous Turtle games, because your special move takes health. Oh god, all right, well, never mind. I guess we won't find out. Oh, shell shock. So I think I remember that was always the move, was when you were pretty much dead, you can just special for days. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pewdini, how you doing?
Sunday, let's go.
Retro Sunday indeed. Yeah, it feels like Sunday mornings are made for Super Nintendo. I don't know why. Thank you very much for the 15 months. 15 months! Pudini! How are you, man? Thanks for dropping by. Good to see you. Good to get back on the stream. See all yous. We gotta play some Space Tarkov together, by the way. Here we go. Pete's power. Look at this technology that allows them to liquid metal right out of the floor. I don't know if we knew that Shredder and Krang had liquid metal technology back in 1994. Starkov is really good. The new house setup is treating me really well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
11 months only rip. GG at the great Pudini.
Thank you, Synapse. Appreciate that very much. Synapse! Welcome on in. Did I get into the... Yes, I did get into the cycle. I don't know if, like, get into it, like, legit. I'm playing it because some of these guys are playing it, and it feels like a Tarkov more for me. Like, it's obviously very Tarkov. And I don't know why I like it more than Tarkov. I mean, it's a little bit more casual. These guys are gonna mess me up more than I thought they were. Hey, you. I gotta be over here managing 2 health bars. Altorn! So how'd it go? Yeah, dumpster fire. They can do that? They stunt off of each other? Oh, we're definitely losing a life here. Okay, oop. Yeah, you guys just keep hitting each other, would you? Oh, God. There we go, just keep doing that. Keep doing that. Okay, don't do that, though. Stop doing that. Toka's gotta die. Come on, man. You got 1 health. 1 health, 1 HP in a dream. Ah, oh, what a legend. What an absolute legend. Okay, I'm gonna call shenanigans on this health bar right now. There we go. There we go. Okay. No! 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 What? I hit select to pause. Oh! I hit select to pause and it was registering I was pressing more buttons. This is the menu for my setup here. So there we go. That's cool. Oh, why? Oh, no. I was defeated, but not by the video game. Ah, well, that's awful. I literally was hitting select to pause, and it dumped me out. we go again. We go again. Yes, so Synapse did do the... Okay, let me catch up on chat. Let me use this as an excuse to catch up on chat. So Synapse, I think I saw that there's video out there too. Regretted the decision instantly and regretted again this morning. Yeah, Synapse, do you have that... you should post that video of the one-chip challenge on the Discord. There is video. You'll upload to Discord. Very good. I think I saw it on some other social media website. We want to reset there. I picked the wrong toitle. Picked the wrong toitle. Just stopping by before it's time to make some deliveries. Altorn, if you're still here, what deliveries? What deliveries are you talking about? I was hoisted on my own petard. Yes. I can't believe that happened. It's fine. We'll go again. It's fine. We go again. That was just a practice run. That's all that was. We'll make sure we don't lose that life in the first part of the Technodrome. What I was trying to do was do that, because in this game, for whatever reason, select is pause instead of start. So I was like, okay, I'll hit select quick. Apparently, I must have been holding enough of the left bumper, right bumper situation with select that I believe it's like those buttons bring you back to the menu. That's why I should just be playing this on the cart, but I don't know where the actual cart is. I think it's downstairs with all the rest of my physical media in a box somewhere, because that's what happens when you move. All the stuff that you love is like, well, you get out all the stuff you need to live. Exactly, we're true speedrunning. I cut it don't you hold me there? Okay, so far it's worse. Yes, please use the wrecking ball. Yeah, Donatello, objectively the best turtle. Although, do you guys know what turtle they use in speedruns? I was kind of floored by this. Apparently, the pick for speedrunning is Raphael. Speedrunners, a lot of times, will run with Raphael. I totally went past that pizza. And it's apparent, yes, it's because Raphael will deal the most damage. Donatello has the most reach, but I believe he actually does the least amount of damage. They all have like slightly different stats. And you can't see the stats. You just kind of, it's very old school in that way where you just kind of have to know what they are. I believe Leonardo is like on paper the most balanced. Donatello has the most reach. Michelangelo hits second hardest, I think. And Raphael is the toughest. Because Raphael is rude but cool. Hey, you guys get out of here, please. Okay, we're gonna take safety pizza. Yeah, I would argue, I mean, Donatello is my favorite for a number of reasons. Because when I was a kid, Donatello was my favorite turtle because he built all the cool stuff. Like, I wanted to build... When Donatello built the turtle blimp out of, like, scraps and stuff, that's when he became my hero. He built a working, functional blimp out of just spare parts. And I was like, this guy is the best guy. Oh yeah, we're playing in shoot games. It's actually, I mean, if it becomes enough of a thing, I feel like maybe we just make its own channel. He's the most smartest. That's right, Undertale fan. He's the most smartest. He's the smartest of them all. I should actually ask Kerblet when he's running this. He's got splits and everything. He's probably got a program up that's just tracking it. I think there's probably a hot button that you can hit to dial in your splits. I think Starkov Ken has channel. I was thinking about that the other day, that it might be time to make, I don't know if it's time to make like a dedicated channel to like Back 4 Blood, but I was thinking because we play enough co-op shooters too, because a bunch of us bought like Payday 2 when it was on sale. Yeah, I feel like a channel for like those. So we could have like a general shoot channel, we could have a Starkov channel, and then we could probably have like a co-op channel, maybe just co-op. Maybe not even dial it down to just like shooters, but maybe co-op stuff. Because playing Back 4 Blood has been hella fun. It's funny because like I feel like Back 4 Blood, if nobody's played that at all, I feel like Back 4 Blood exists in this weird, like it's literally a tale of two gamers, right? Where like there's a lot of people who are like, oh, it's not that great, and I think those are people who are playing it like solo, you know, right? Because like the solo experience where you're either playing it by yourself with bots or even matchmaking is just rough. But if you're playing it with a group of buds, like let me tell you, it is a grand time. It was me, Synapse, Spider, and Dandolph have been playing through it, and man, that's a good time. So I feel like that's the situation, right? There's just a lot of people playing it who, like, you know, if you don't have 3 other homies to play the game with, probably not that fun. But if you do, let me tell you, it's a good time. Like, definitely brings me back to those good old days of, like, classic Left 4 Dead. I never actually played too much Left 4 Dead 2, although Left 4 Dead 2, pretty much by everybody considered the superior title. I mostly just played Left 4 Dead 1. That bar sequence was incredible. I mean, the soundtrack kicks on and they're just flooding in from all directions. And like, I think all of us just like stopped talking, right? Like we were just like, all of us, you know, because we were just in the zone. It's just like, you're trying to like hunker down and like watch your corner, and then like people are calling out like, oh, the big bad shows up, you know? Like, oh man, that's perfect. So much fun. Gotta go do a boss fight. You gotta handle business. Report back. Let us know how it goes, Undertale fan. We all believe in you. I don't know if Final Fantasy 15 would be a good one to play on stream. I've thought about getting back into that, though. Yeah, Mad Bardigan, if you request access for Starkov, which I think it's so funny that that's just legit what the game has become known as, it should only take about like 20 minutes or so. Like if you click the button on, if you click the button on Steam, they got back to me like right away. By the way, if I did not say it already, for everybody who's here, thanks for coming out again, you guys. It's good to see all of yous. I hadn't streamed in a while because of the big old move that I just did. So I appreciate you hanging out. I think Sunday mornings might just become Super Nintendo. I don't know. There's something that feels very right about Super Nintendo and a lazy Sunday morning. And right here, by the way, it is one of those lazy mornings that's like classically like lazy Sunday morning. Because it's like the rain is like falling. It's like gentle pitter patter of rain. It's like gray skies out there. There's no reason to go outside. There's every reason in the world to just like grab a controller and start doing the thing. So, oh, okay. The delay might be bigger. That makes sense. Yeah. You want rain? Has it been a while? To quote the Creedence Clearwater Revival, I want to know, have you ever seen the rain? I want to know. There's a reference for all the youths. Oops. Oh, they're not giving away? Oh, they're not giving out any more Steam keys. You had to like get, oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't blame you, Mad Mardigan, on that one. I don't blame you. It would be cool if... Yeah, I wonder if they did that, though, because they were having big-time server issues. They were letting, like, pretty much anybody in, like, when I got my key. And, man, the servers could not handle that. Like, that was, that was a rough couple of days. So I wonder if they kind of realized, like, oh, if we let literally everybody in, we are going to destroy our servers. No begging required. You see that pro gamer dodge? Pro gamer dodge. Oh no, and then we got my toad. My toe! My toe! Should have jumped earlier, got a little greedy. Greed, the thing that destroys pretty much every gamer. Come on, bro. Okay, you gotta go. You gotta go. We did it. We did it. That's actually... You know, I just realized no begging required would be a really good Wi-Fi, like, name. You know, right? Like, the no begging required is your SSID.
Technodrome. Let's kick shout.
Okay, let's see if we can do better on this one than we did last time. I lost a lot of health, like, right away. Oh, this guy. Look at this guy. Oh, it's below the torpedoes. You know, I thought about streaming StarCraft, but I'm really bad. I'm really bad at it. I don't know if that matters. I'm also, you know, I'm not big time streamer guy over here, so I'm pretty sure you have to have an arrangement to get them keys. If I could get some keys, I would probably stream it and give them away, just cause. But it's actually one of the reasons why I quit streaming Sea of Thieves, because the Sea of Thieves directory is weird on stream. I don't know if you guys are like familiar with that, but like they apparently have this like weird tier system where like for the longest time, if you were just Joe anybody streamer guy, like you would not get the drops. So for those who aren't familiar, like there's like drops that you can get for watching stuff on Twitch, and Sea of Thieves had some really cool ones. But the trouble was, if you weren't like a big partnered streamer, they would not give you that stuff to give away. And so I think the Sea of Thieves like directory is just conditioned to like watch those people. And I think they've loosened that up a little bit, but I kind of quit playing that game on stream because I don't know. It just feels like there's, you know, 20 people that everybody watches, and then if you're not one of those people, there's like no point in doing it. Which is, yeah, I would agree, Ned Mardigan. It's kind of weak sauce. Sea of Thieves destroyed you. Did you ever play with us, Spider? It's a great time if you can get a crew. And like some of it you just have to like know that you're occasionally going to get into some spice, and that's just the way that it works. I still really like Sea of Thieves. I just like, for me, I have a hard time playing it because I play it casually. Like I don't, you know, I don't mainline it like hour after hour after hour. And it's tough because every time you fire up that game, you have to sort of make peace with the fact that you're like, oh, I'm going to be playing this for literal hours. And I don't always like, I would love there to be an option where you could play Sea of Thieves for like just a couple hours and get something out of it. But you sort of have to go on like a full voyage in order to make it like worth your time. And so I love the game, but I just have a really hard time like making time for it, if that makes sense. We've got, I mean, I'd be up for doing another voyage, because like a lot of the folks who are in here have played on the boat together. Yeah, I could, yeah, Pudini, that's tough. Like, I would agree in theory, but I think also from the devs' point of view, I think they're like, the whole point of the experience is the danger. Oh god. Man, these guys fucked me up. Okay, Earthworm Gym, I will do that. Is it okay if I do that after I die? We'll go to Earthworm Gym after I die. And I actually do not know much about Earthworm Gym. But yeah, I'm conflicted on that one, Pudini, because I totally agree. Like, it would quicken the game quite a bit. But I feel like so much of the character of the game is also bound up in that danger in the cell, right? So sort of without that, without the danger of knowing like, okay, we're offloading, particularly for the Reapers. Like if you're flying a Reaper flag, the PvP flag, and you have to offload at the special hideout, if you can just quick sell, I think a lot of people would just be more trolly than they already are. Oh, did you see that? Yeah, baby. Okay, this is the this is the boss. This is the Mode 7 boss. Well, poop. We're down to... Oh, no. Hey, you. I gotta throw you. There we go. Man, these things keep hitting me. This is not good. Okay, this boss is a ton easier with 2 people. Yeah, this boss is a ton easier with 2 people because, yeah, all the dudes are targeting you, both the boss and the Foot Clan guys, and without somebody else to like soak up the attacks. Whew. Okay. Whew. Oh, yeah, I could see that. I could see that. You quick sell, make a little bit less money. Maybe only certain factions. Yeah, if it wasn't Reapers, if you had to sell the traditional way, and then like, I could see that working. They had also talked about private servers for Sea of Thieves for a while. And I would love to see private servers. Just because, like, I kind of want to play with my kiddo sometimes, because he loves the game, but, like, when I sweat more when I play Sea of Thieves with him than I do any other time. Because I'm always worried about just, like, trash mouth, PvP, like, toxic garbage on him. We freaking got him. We got him. Freaking got him. All our Reaper runs are pretty much 4 to 6 hours. It's true. And those are a good time, but it's also, there gets to be that point during a Reaper run, I feel like, where you're like, I kind of want to be done, but we're in the middle of, you know, some PvP with people who are super salty that we took all their stuff. That's a game that, like, lives and dies on its own salt. I really love Sea of Thieves, but it's kind of, I don't know. I have a weird relationship with Sea of Thieves, I guess. Oh, rock soldiers. This is the first time we see these guys, right? I think. The fact that you can chuck these guys is hilarious. Just like, how buff are these toidles? Oh, that bomb was a larger explosion than I thought. We're in trouble. Oh boy. Right into the bomb. Not my smartest move. Not my smartest move. Oh god, Knights of the Round. Knights of the Round does, I believe, have one, because I think I was playing it a while ago. I had not played that game before. If it's the one that I'm thinking of, I found it on a list of, like, underappreciated gems. That'd be a good one. You got a Jet, thanks for playing Turtles 4. Hey, thanks for dropping by, dude. Good to see ya. I will probably be back on maybe Tuesday night, maybe Wednesday night. Actually, probably Wednesday night is when I'm going to be streaming, because I would play Tuesday at my normal time, but I think I've got to wake up early on Wednesday morning, so probably Wednesday night. Thanks for dropping by, man. Always good to see ya. Oh, shell shock. Oh, now the pizza's here. Oh boy. Well, this run is pretty scuffed, because this is, I believe, the worst boss in the video game, right? This is where we gotta fight Slash. Oh god. So I don't know, Spider. So that's a very good question. So on Wednesday, I have a few options. I can play more Dark Souls, because that game does scare me. And that's Halloween themed because I'm terrified. I was thinking about playing the Resident Evil 2 remake, because a good friend of mine has been advocating for me to play that for a long time. I'm also thinking about starting a Prey playthrough on stream. So those are kind of the embarrassment of riches that I have to play through. Yeah, I'm almost thinking that's maybe the way we go. Yeah, Prey is a good game, and I can't believe I didn't play it yet. No wrong choices there. That's kind of how I feel, yeah. Okay, oh god. Oh, Slash. There we go. You gotta get him while his guard is down. So, no, not really. I think I own the Resident Evil 1 special remake that they did for the Cube, but I never actually played through it. If I had a good way to hook up my Wii to my streaming setup, I would play that on stream. I actually was thinking about contacting Scuba Sol and asking him about hookups for that kind of stuff, because he does a lot with original hardware retro game stuff. Oh, did we just kill Slash in one life? What? How did that happen? Wow. Do you think, Spider, I should play Resident Evil 1 before I play the RE2 remake, or does it do a decent enough job, like, putting the context in there for you? Because I figured I might be able to get away with it, but I don't know.
Skull and crossbones.
Skull and crossbones. Okay, we got the Cheers entrance done. We did Return of the Jedi. We did Turtles in Time. Earthworm Jimbo is next. I think when I get to my first game over screen, I won't continue. I will switch to the old Earthworm Jimbo. Okay. I wonder if the compromise there, Spider, is that I maybe watch like a recap video or something. I've done that in the past and found that good enough. Like if I just want the lore. Although that GameCube version of Resident Evil 1 is pretty good, from what I've heard. Oh, we got an extra life. Finally got an extra guy. Oh! I was too worried about the cannonballs! Well done, video game. Well done, video game. Could pull a George Lucas and have the mystery of what happened before the events and then play one later. Yeah. Well, they're like, it's like poetry. They rhyme. So that way they can rhyme in reverse. No big deal. Rock Soldier, excuse me. Excuse me. Pizza power. Oh, the bow and arrow dudes do a lot of damage. Holy cow. So they take one hit, but they deal a lot of damage. Yeah, I think so. It felt appropriate to play RE2 Remake now, before we run out of Spooky Month. Oh my god, these guys... Oh, whoa! Whoa! Okay. Okay. Okay, let me go! God. That's awful. These guys are terrible. What are they even throwing? What are those things? Okay. You think RE1 is on sale in the Microsoft Store? Dang. Okay, we're gonna go to just chatting. We'll bring in some musica here for a second, because I'm gonna switch to what's up next? Earthworm Gym? Earthworm Gym 2. Okay. I think I tried to play an Earthworm Gym game a while ago, and I'm tremendously bad at it. We'll see if I can pull it off. Oh yeah, I've got recent games here too. Nice. Okay. That clears out the queue. So there we go. We caught up. So the RE... Yeah, let me know, Spider, if that is on sale, because I'm kind of curious. If it's on the Microsoft Store, it must be some sort of a remake. Okay, what are my controls here? I should actually Okay. So that's a melee. I have limited ammo, so I gotta be careful with that. Okay. Oh, that's a parachute maneuver. And it's on the same key as my blaster? That's pretty weird. Okay, what is this game? As someone who has never played this game before, what is this game? What is he saying? So what is, oh my god. I have never, yeah, I don't have a lot of experience with this game at all. And so, like, me looking at this stuff is just like, what am I looking at? Is there a way to surf on this, I would imagine? Use the pig. What does that mean? Ooh, Resident Evil 1 Remaster, $1 in the Microsoft Store. Okay. That's pretty tempting too. Holy cow. This game has mantle. You see this? Look at this. This game is ahead of its time. Look at this. You can get to a ledge and he will mantle up. That's incredible. Happy oinkers. Press down. What are we doing? What is this? Okay. Now I'm a pig. Now I have a pig. I'm not a pig, I'm just holding a pig. Okay, so do I give this pig to the pig chute? Okay. Okay. What? Wow, okay. Is there a way to select through what guns I have? Played the remastered version on PS4 and had a blast. How remastered is it, Spider? Is it like... Is it as remastered as like RE2 Remake, or is it the original version from like GameCube, just like upscaled? Okay, I see. We have to go through here. Oh no. It's not a remake. Okay, so it's just, it's, okay.
Funky!
Funky!
Wow!
Is this a grandma bonus? Do I get a, it's the GameCube version, okay. So it's technically like a remake, because the GameCube version, I guess, technically was a remake, but it's like that version upscaled. If it's literally just that version, but upscaled and like widescreen, that sounds pretty cool. I could be about that. Well, now you've given me quite a quandary, quite a conundrum. Do I play through that first, or do I just go ahead with 2? Slow down. Oh, no, 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 no. Like, old lady, no. Okay. Remember back when platformers looked like this and video games could be anything? Oh, Earthworm Gym. There is literally nothing I can do. She's just gonna hit me the whole way down. It's okay. Got it. No, I see. What I do is I try to get greedy. You try out both. Yeah, that's probably the way that I'll go. But for $4, oh man. Oh, she does damage at the bottom. Okay, so I do have to be a little careful here. Okay, we're gonna speed through here. We're gonna go speed through here, then we're gonna slow down, then we're gonna go. Okay, we're gonna go gas, brakes. No! No! Old lady, why you do this? Brakes. Gas. Gas, 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 gas. All gas, no brakes. All gas. Okay, now brakes. Gas. Now we're just gonna play. Okay, gas, brakes. Gas. Brakes. Gas. We did it. So the only Resident Evil that I think I've played all the way through to completion, honestly, is 4. Because I played Resident Evil 4 when it came out. And I think I played... God, was that GameCube that I played that one on? Pretty sure that was what I played through. And I love that game, but as I understand it, that is the least Resident Evil game that has ever Resident Evil'd. Yeah, it's great. I love it. But I know a lot of people are like, well... It is definitely not survival horror. But what a game it is. Okay, Okay, we have 8% health. Now we have to... Okay, good. Is he saying whoopee? Is that what he's saying? There's got to be a way to climb up on that stuff, right? Yeah, I would agree. I think it has elements of survival horror. I think when it came out, I think a lot of people basically like... Do I grab this? How do I grab this? There we go. Okay, there we go. I think a lot of purists who were worried about the future of the franchise looked at it and they were like, this is basically Gears of War. Which it's totally not. Use the snot swing. You got it. But I think history has been very kind to that game, right? Because I think it's like a necessary evolution of the series. Although what's weird is, which one was RE5? Because I feel like RE5 came out and that game, a lot of people don't really remember much. Because RE5, was that the one? 5 was decent, 6 was pretty rough, and then 7 is what kind of catapulted the series back into the limelight. Because the 7 is the one with the hillbillies and stuff where you're trapped in their house, and then 8 is the one that just came out with Big Mommy Vampire Lady Step on Me. Yeah, okay. Now I'm caught up. Because Resident Evil 8 was Village. And then I forget what Resident Evil said. Yeah, okay. We're back. We're caught all the way up to the franchise. We're 100% back with modern day. Use the snot bridge is what it tells me. 7 was Biohazard. There it is. I am 100% stuck. It says use the snot bridge, and I don't know what that means. Is this a guard? Oh, this is how I change my items. Oh. That's good to know. Use that green thing you were shooting at. Yeah, how do I use it though? Like, do I jump up here? Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. I see. There's another input that I had to do. Okay. Yep. So that's what that's why you do that mid-air. Okay, I see. So I get it. The game is literally teaching me how to play it. Almost like a tutorial. The heavy pigs. Yeah, it's you have to press jump again. Oh no. Okay, do I just set him down? I feel like I set him down. Yeah. I think I had to do another heavy pig. Okay. Alright, so now we know how to use our snot powers. We know how to grasp heavy pig. We're really onto stuff here. Man, this level design is something else. I do wish that you could shoot while you were jumping. I do feel like that's maybe a little... I know they did it on purpose. Okay, let's grab another heavy pig. That's the secret sauce right there. It only gets weirder from here. I can only imagine. If this is level 1, you know, traditionally you would have, like, nowhere to go from here. You know what I like about it, though? It's very much like that visual style that you don't see much of anymore. It reminds me a lot of, like... We have to fight? What just happened? Okay. I do have a PSVR, actually.
Well done.
What? First boss. Well done. I do have a PSVR, yes. I haven't hooked it up in some time, but I do have it. I think the last time I used it, I legitimately, I think I bought a PSVR just so I could play the Star Trek game. Which I always confuse with, it's Bridge Crew is the VR title. Bridge Commander is the one that I just bought on Good Old Games. Both are good games. I don't know, man. Whew. I would imagine that would be terrifying. I don't know if I could make it. I think my wife would just find me downstairs in a huddled mass. Do I do this? Dig a diggy hole. Okay, so I get it because we're a worm. We gotta dig because we're a worm. I get it. Okay, all right, well, hey, we went the right way. Funky! Okay, so far we're doing it okay. Undertale fan is back. Welcome back, Undertale fan. Did you get your boss battle done? Had to pause at times to regain my composure. Yeah, I think, because here's the thing about me with scary stuff. I am, how you say, not good at it. I am, how you say, big babby. I don't know if I'd be able to play that game in VR. I'm legit worried. Like, I would probably have some sort of a coronary episode. Because I know a lot of people like yourself, Spider, have said like, oh, that's the way to play this, is in virtual reality. And I was like, oh no, that's not the way to play this. If you're not scared, then what's the point? Well, exactly. I mean, that is traditionally the point. I don't enjoy the feeling of being scared. I know, like, some people, like, that's their, like, thrill-seeking, like, oh, yeah, no, it's great. So, that's why when I was gonna play some oh, there we go. Ah, it's the old snot bridge situation. I was gonna try to play some spooky games on stream, as a arena for personal growth. Because I'm not good at being scared. Playing without VR is also super fun. Yeah, I would just worry that, like, the VR part of it would get too real for me too fast. Also, I'm gonna run out of time, I think? Maybe? Okay, we're just gonna... Oh, no! Okay, yeah. We're definitely gonna... Okay. Oh, boy. Well, rip on this run, I guess. Okay. We're just dead. I'm so bad at this game. I am so bad at this video game. Oh my god.
Groovy, funky.
Groovy, funky. So, other than Earthworm Gym 1 and 2, as a guy who doesn't know much about the series, is that pretty much it? Or are there more Earthworm Gym games? Because I know the people who like... these are pretty well-beloved games, but the series also kind of disappeared, didn't it? Like, there's not a lot of... Like, at what point did we... We kind of lost Earthworm Jim at some point. Who, I don't remember who made this game. Yeah, this game is, I mean, as someone who has played some platformers in my day, I can tell, like, this is, but not having any experience with this, like, this is not trivial. Nothing about this is trivial. Which is, I think, probably why people sort of loved it, right? Because it's... Because not to say that, like, Mario games are easy or anything, but this does feel like a platformer with some significant difficulty to it. Yeah, this is a SNES game. Was there a TV show? Really? Wow. Remember that period of time where like everything had to be a TV show? I don't know, what are the kids playing? They're playing that Earthworm Gym game. Let's make it a TV show. God, the TV show for this must have been insane. I can only imagine what this would have been like. Was it on, like, it had to be on Fox, right? Fox is definitely where it was. Ghostbusters is a cartoon. Well, and all the controversy behind Ghostbusters is a cartoon. Because I don't know if you guys remember that, but there was, the cartoon went by a kind of a weird name. If you were a kid, it went by The Real Ghostbusters. And the reason that they did that is they got sued by a Hanna-Barbera cartoon property that was known as the Ghostbusters. And they legit would not let them have the name. So they had to go by The Real Ghostbusters. And if you look up the original, like, Hanna-Barbera, like, cartoon Ghostbusters, it is weird. Like, it's very, very strange. And I think, if I remember correctly, at the time, in order to take advantage of the fact that Ghostbusters was a huge property, they put the Ghostbusters cartoon back on TV, because it was just this weird rando classic, you know, Hanna-Barbera cartoon. And that led to some of the most... Do I need that baby? That led to some of the most confused, like, cartoon watching experiences I've ever seen in my life. Because I remember, I have this really... This is weird, I'm just remembering this now. I have this really vivid memory of being, like, I don't know, probably 8. And being at the babysitter's place. And, like, there was an advertisement that came on that was like, oh, the Ghostbusters are next. And I was like, oh, I love the Ghostbusters. That's gonna be awesome. And then this weird cartoon came on that was like a dog and something else. And they were like Scooby-Doo solving mysteries. And I was like, this is not the Ghostbusters. Like, bring out the actual Ghostbusters. What the hell's going on here? It was very, like, my kid brain could not reconcile who had lied to me and for what purpose. Okay, so I just needed to come up here probably for that clock. Also, the Uncharted movie. Sorry that I reminded you of the Uncharted movie there, Spider. What a weird movie that's gonna be. Again, I don't want to poo-poo it, you know. Maybe it'll be fine. It just seems very weird to me. Where am I supposed to go? This way, probably. He does not even have a mustache. There are a lot of things wrong with that movie. Facial hair definitely stands out. Like, yeah, it's just I don't know. I guess because they're trying to pull off the thing, right, where it's a young Nathan Drake, right? Like, oh, see, that's why Tom Holland is perfect. And I'm like, I don't know. And then, you know, yeah, the casting of yeah, I don't know. By the end of the movie, do you think Sully will get his, get some facial hair going on? I don't know. And I have to say, as somebody, I'm not huge into the Uncharted series. I have not played a lot of them. But it just feels off to me. It just feels like a miss. Oh, speaking of movies, has anybody watched Doom yet? Or not Doom, Dune, sorry. Has anybody watched that Doom movie that's coming out? I think my furniture is being delivered to my basement Tuesday, and I think I'm gonna have myself a movie night, and I'm gonna watch Dune. Ooh, wanna become famous? First time chat from a viewer. I do. I want to become famous. The first thing I'll do to become famous is to ban you. Look at that. Delicious scammers. Did I shoot a baby? Very important question here, guys. Did I shoot a baby? Well, this is the first part of a multi-part, right? Why is this guy not dead? Am I supposed to be going up here? Is this the way? Is this the way? This is the way. Hey, I got more time. This level is endless. Holy cow. Funky. Just jumping over these because I don't care. Okay, these ants are terrible. Yeah, if it makes you feel any better, Spider, I also have not finished the book. And I don't know if that's a bad thing or not. I mean, it's very American, right? Like I haven't read the book, but I love the movie. But I did watch, when I was a lad, the Sci-Fi Channel original miniseries was on TV, and it was really good. I actually really liked that. Visuals are amazing. It's very Lord of the Rings. The story clearly isn't resolved. Yeah. That, is this the first of 3? Is that right? There's going to be 3 Dune movies that cover the original novel? Because the novel itself is like a trilogy, right? If H-Bar was here, he would learn me. H-Bar's a big Dune fan. Oh, I should have just jumped up here. I can jump much farther than I think I can. The old Schnott Bridge. Look at that. Funky! That is... What? What are you? What is this? Why is this? Is this like a boss or something? What is happening here? What is happening? He's just on a horrible unicycle. Quit it! Oh my god. What an awful experience I'm having. Okay, well I played to the continue. I think that's gonna be it for the Earthworm Gym. Let's see, what else do we want to play here? I'll fire on one more game here. If there's a request, we'll do that. Otherwise, I'll pick something. Okay. Can't get back to my interface. SD to SNES, return to menu. It is that. I thought I was hitting that. Apparently not. What do I want to play as last game? I don't think I've played any like Super Mario World on stream. One of the things that I've thought about trying is Abe Lincoln, a buddy of mine, plays almost exclusively Super Mario World hacks. I have thought about playing some SMW hacks, because that sounds kind of fun, actually. But we'll end with a little classic Mario, because why not? It feels like the perfect Sunday morning vibe is... Actually, let's reset this real quick, because I don't have a clear save. Apparently I had started playing at one point. We'll go down to the bottom save here real quick. So Mad Mardigan, when did you watch it? Did you just watch it here recently? I guess it came out, it debuted Friday, right? Because it was in theaters and on HBO Max. Which I'm really a big fan of that model, and that's the one thing that, like, when the pandemic is over, I hope they don't stop doing. Do free guy. Should actually go back to UN Squadron. But we'll play some Mario. I've not played Mario before. On stream. This is one of those games that I think because everybody had, and I never had a Super Nintendo. This was always like, when you didn't know what to play at somebody else's house, you just fire up the old Super Nintendo, play some Super Mario World. Either that, or sometimes you could play Link to the Past. That was always a good one. UN Squadron was always, for me, a game that I played a ton when a buddy brought their Super Nintendo over, but none of us owned it, so we just rented it from the video store. Which is a thing that you tell, like I tell to my kids all the time, and they still look at me like, what is this video store that you speak of? The concept of renting a game is one of those concepts that's like, you literally look like you have horns growing out of your head as you're describing it. Like, what do you mean rent? Well, you see, in the long ago, before digital products, if the store didn't have what you wanted, you couldn't buy it. And if you didn't have enough money to buy it, you could rent it. That's a good move, Mad Mardigan. It's like, I see, okay, so let's look at your work history here. I see, Blockbuster. That reminds me of a few years ago when I was on Ragbri, and we were doing the big old bike ride across the state. And the bands that you get to do Ragbri are always hilarious, because it's like, they're people who are usually not in their prime. And now it's a lot of like 90s nostalgia stuff. So they had the Spin Doctors. And the Spin Doctors put on the show that was probably like, the lead singer was the most confused I've ever seen a lead singer. Yeah, Smash Mouth, exactly. Which, did I see like this week the lead singer of Smash Mouth was like, I'm out. But, yeah, when we were watching the Spin Doctors, I think the guy had no idea what was going on. He had no idea like why people were there, and he was just like floored that so many people were out in an outdoor concert in like Clear Lake, Iowa. He was like, oh, this is so great. I'm so glad that all you guys came out. Thanks for not making it a Blockbuster night. And this is like 10 years ago, you know, maybe, and it's like, Blockbuster might have still kind of been a thing at that point, but just barely. And I remember thinking, like, thanks for not making it a Blockbuster night. Also, do you know that you're literally the only entertainment for thousands of people who just spent all day on a bike? That's kind of what I thought. I think generally, when I saw that announcement about Smash Mouth, I was like, weren't they already sort of in a self-imposed retirement at that point? Somebody once told me, world is gonna roll me. I will admit that when I was in college, we had a crappy Well, it wasn't that. I mean, you know, it's equivalent to like the early days of YouTube, right? Where everybody was just putting stuff out there and they didn't know what they were doing. We had like a sketch comedy show that we had on the local cable television, like public access channel that we had for our college. And we did our own spoof version of like American Idol, and I may have played the lead singer from Smash Mouth, and the only thing I did was I literally just like I grew like a crappy goatee, and then I just sat there like this, like making my chin as fat as I possibly could, because he has like the weirdest like shaped face. Like he just like his face and his neck are all one solid line, and he just looks like a block of meat of a man. And so a college friend of mine may have linked me that story and said that the lead singer of Smash Mouth was retiring, and said, "Now's your chance, Burns. You can become the lead singer of Smash Mouth." So I guess this is me announcing that you heard it here first. I'm gonna try out. I'm gonna see if Smash Mouth needs a new lead singer. I don't have a lot of, singing talent, but I feel like that's not really a prerequisite for the job. Got him. Oh. Did you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? That is my oldest cat doing what we refer to as kitty opera. She just goes into random rooms and she just starts yowling. That's a cat. She's 16 years old, and she is she's old and crotchety, and I love her to pieces, but she'll just go into random rooms and she'll just start making that noise. She'll just start yowling. We asked our vet about it, and she's like, well, you do have a geriatric cat, which I thought, just the term geriatric cat, I think is one of the funniest like phrases, right? Because it's just, I immediately pictured like the Golden Girls, and then they're just all cats, right? And she's like, well, some cats will just start to do that. Sometimes it's because they're confused about where they are. Sometimes it's because they just like to hear their own voice. And as cats get older, they get more vocal anyway. So, unless you observe anything else, I wouldn't really worry about it. And I was like, what a weird thing we now have our cat doing. So she does. We call it the kitty opera. Sometimes it's like that and it sounds really craggly, and then other times she really gets kind of full-throated with it, and it does almost sound lyrical. So just depends on the day. Depends on the type of... Oh, she's doing it again. Kara? Now, she might be upset that I'm behind this closed door over here. And I've actually closed behind us is the room that we're calling the study. Who am I? Where is everyone? I'm scared. Who's bringing my kitty treats? She might also be upset that I have the door closed. Which could just be her, saying, somebody better open this damn door. And here we go, cape, the most OP item of all time. Let's see, what time is it? It's just about lunchtime here. You guys got any Sunday plans? I think we are doing the legit complete Sleepy Sunday plan. This is like the first time in a week that we've had a Sunday entirely to ourselves. Well, first time in a week. The first time in a week we've had a day entirely to ourselves. So I think we've purposefully cleared our schedules. We have like nothing going on today. Because over the last week we've just been like moving stuff and unpacking and all that kind of stuff. And we're slowly but surely getting a feel for, what it's like to live in this new space. So I think we're kind of purposefully making today a little bit more chill. Reading and doing a little yoga. Nice. Were you reading fiction, or were you reading something? What were you dipping into? I think what I need to read is, I probably should read. I should put Dune on my reading list. But that's another book that's like, that's a mighty meal, you know? Maybe trying to socialize later. Oh yes, see what the people are up to. Very nice. Known socialite, spider in space. Say hi to your people, spider. The highly sensitive person. That sounds non-fiction, would be my guess. Do I need to go up here? Is that a personality type book? Or the worst Serpu? There he is, highly sensitive man, with the power to feel pain at 100 times the normal rate. Stop right there, criminals. Oh my god, that hurts so much. Why would you do that to me? We just got all the free guys. Look at this. Look at them buddies. Just one right after another, after another, after another, after another. That's why the original SMW is kind of broken. Because you can just bank up tons. Highly sensitive man. Ah! That is the experience, yes. Now this is the ghost house, I think, that has the secret in it, which has the top secret area, which is another place that you can use to completely break the game. Because it's where you can get free Yoshi, free, like, power-ups, all that kind of stuff. Self-knowledge is good, yo. I have found that incredibly useful, particularly in my later life. You know, sort of like understanding, you know, how the, basically like understanding how the brain works, and then more specifically how like brains differ, and then even more specifically how like your own brain works. I feel like is one of those things that is really, really helpful. And not enough people do that sort of thing, you know? Like I feel like a lot of people would be well served by doing more introspection like that. Like we've got a whole world filled with people who like just don't understand how brains in general work, but even more specifically how their own brain works. Because that's how, like, I feel like that's how people fall into patterns about, like, you know, social media and like all that kind of stuff, and how our own emotional tendencies can affect our own thinking and things like that. Yeah, just good knowledge to have. I just found out that in Chapter 14 you can have so much fun killing a bunch of demons in the eternally dark Lucis. The Lucis. How much of that game have you played, Undertale fan? Because I probably only put in about 10 hours or so. I think I now remember exactly why I stopped playing Final Fantasy 15, and it's because I was playing it on like older Xbox hardware, and I think I just remembered how to get to the secret area. I think what was happening was the loading screens were killing me, because I was trying to use like fast travel a bunch, and you have over 200 hours. Dang. That would explain why you're trying to 100% it. Playing it on the original Xbox One. Okay, so I was too. And like when I was fast traveling, the load times were like destroying me. Because it's a pretty long amount of wait, isn't it? When you like go somewhere. Maybe I was skipping around the map too much or something. Yeah, the loading screens are, yeah. And I think I got to the point where I think I went upstairs and I almost got a sandwich completely made. Like I looked over and it was still like, loading, and I was like, oh man, like, I don't know if I can keep playing this. Apparently on like newer hardware though, the loading screens are not as bad. It feels like a perfect excuse to play it on like my Series X. But that's downstairs and I couldn't stream it there, so maybe I would, I don't know. Not sure if that's a game I would stream or not. I'm still trying to get a good feel for like what are the good games for me to stream and what are they not. For a long time I was just streaming like what I was playing for the podcast, but I kind of wanted to branch out from doing that because I didn't always want to be playing what I was playing for the podcast. I also feel like I think the reason I stopped doing that is I feel like when you play a game on Twitch, along with people or for people, it can really change like the experience that you have with the game. And because my podcast is very much like kind of a critical analysis of the game, I didn't feel like that was 100% fair. Like, I'm not arguing that like I wouldn't have had a great time with Outer Wilds, but like when I played Outer Wilds and I played that on stream, it was like one of the most incredible ways to experience that game. And I feel like it may be like, I'm kind of curious what that game would have been like to play in a vacuum. Like, I'm glad that I didn't play it in a vacuum, but like for review purposes, you know, like I almost feel like that changes the way that it, I don't know if I'm making any sense, but I feel like when you play a game with people and you're hanging out, it's a very different experience than when you play it by yourself in a vacuum. This is Super Mario World. This is SMW for the Super Nintendo. Also, Broken Thor, hello. How are you? Been a while since we've seen you. Welcome on in. Welcome back, I should say. How's your Sunday? I just started kind of randomly playing Super Nintendo stuff today, and Super Mario World just felt kind of right. Like I hadn't played SMW in a long time. I was mentioning to some of the folks in here that I was thinking about maybe playing some Super Mario World ROM hacks. I don't know if you know what any of those are, but there's a whole community of people who have made their own custom Mario games just by hacking Super Mario World. And some of them are brutally difficult, but there are some starter or more newbie-friendly ones, which I'd probably start with. Yeah, I've been doing well. I moved, so the stuff behind me is all different now because we're in our new house, which is exciting and also slightly terrifying. But you know, similar stuff that you know, big life changes are always a little scary. But everybody has more space to roam around, so I always feel like that's a good thing. Well, so far I'm doing great on this bonus game. There we go. There we go. I don't know if there's just known recognizable patterns. How about you, Broken Thor? How you been? I think it's been a minute since I've seen you here in stream. Hope things are going well for you. I'm like, oh, I need that free guy. I only have 27. Doing anything exciting today? I was telling the folks here that my plans today, this is pretty much it. I'm just kind of like chilling, doing some stuff. I would probably like, honestly, I'd probably stream like all day today if I could, but I probably should hang with the fam for a little bit. So I'm not sure if I'm going to stream for a little while yet or... Oh no! My Yoshi! But it's a big old rainy day here, so I've got nothing but time, essentially. I got nothing but time. Okay, so if I go this way... I feel like pretty much any level where you can do it and be up in the sky, there's almost always stuff up here to find. My memory on SMW is not that great, but ooh, hey, that's a 3-up. Oh, there's definitely some Back 4 Blood potential. We were gonna kind of do that last night, and then I didn't hear from anybody. I should have pinged, but I was around. I was just kind of goofing around and unpacking more office stuff. But yes, I would definitely be down to play some more Back 4 Blood. We could probably talk Synapse into it, and I don't know what Dan's doing. I think Dan had some alternate plans last night or something, but maybe if we can get Spider, you, me, Synapse, and Dan back together, get the band back together, play some more Back 4 Blood. I'm really enjoying that game. Like, I'm really having a great time with that. You shall send out the message. We're already to Morton's Castle. We're already to Castle 2. It engages the Back 4 Blood signal. You've been just chilling for today. Just started community college, so that has you a bit stressed out. But it's all good in the end. Well, yeah, good for you for doing that, though. I know always like the big stuff always feels like, oh my god. But you'll get it. You'll be aces. Also, Broken Thor, I don't know if you know this. So Spider is sending out us the Back 4 Blood signal. But we have a Discord here.
We would be honored if you would join us.
We would be honored if you would join us. Link is there if you want to join up on our Discord. We get games of stuff going pretty regularly, actually, now. We've been playing some Back 4 Blood. In the past, we have played some Splitgate. We've even been known to play some Halo a time or two. We've been playing... I don't even know what the real name of that game is. We've been calling it Starkov because it's very much like Space Escape from Tarkov, but it's whatever that game is called. I don't know. When works for you, Synapse, by the way? Yeah, exactly. I remember actually, like, my first weeks of college. I wasn't, like, totally overwhelmed, but it was kind of that feeling that Broken Thor was talking about, where it's like, oh man, like, there's a lot going on. There's a lot to process. And yeah, it can be very overwhelming. But it, at least I think for me, and I think most people, I think you acclimate on your own time. But you kind of get there. Had to leave and lost the Discord link? Do you need the Discord link? The Discord link is right there. Does that help? Am I helping? Oh, this is just the guy who's Jebby. I'm around generally this afternoon. I don't know if we wanted to make this afternoon when we played Synapse. I know that would work for me. This afternoon or this evening. If we did evening, I'd probably have to jump off, you know, before it got too late because I got to wake up early in the morning. But I would definitely be down to play either this afternoon or this evening. I'm basically going to be like here at the house pretty much all day. So sounds like we're organizing on the Discord. Can't this early afternoon. Okay, cool. Things are happening. Signal's out. Things are moving. Okay. Sounds like later afternoon, which actually would be probably perfect because that would give us time to go to like the grocery store and stuff because we got to do some of those like mundane sort of weekend tasks. I'm running low on tea, for instance. Quick plug for my public radio network that I work for. We're already to Vanilla Dome. We're trucking. We're space trucking today. I should, what I should do is, I should get serious about trying out a ROM hack. Maybe after spooky month. Think about maybe trying to play a ROM hack. I'll mention something to Abe Lincoln. He's been trying to get me to play a ROM hack for a long time. And joined Undertale fan, you did it. You did it, welcome. yeah, we've been getting some fun games going there. So thanks for jumping on in there. I think when Halo comes out, it would not surprise me if we got some Halo going too. Especially given the fact that Halo Infinite, like the multiplayer, is going to be free to play. Oh, I should have gone hi. What kind of games do you generally play with people? Okay, now I just gotta wait because I can't jump high enough to get up there. That's right. I think generally shooters is what we've been playing like the most of. Although, like we were talking about earlier, we had played some Sea of Thieves. I know if we got some Sea of Thieves going, I'm sure Flex is always down to play some Sea of Thieves. We can even sometimes talk Pseudo-Nick into playing some Sea of Thieves. I know Pudini would play Sea of Thieves. Synapse, I know you've played with us before. We even had Murph and Dan playing with us before too, so I think there's enough general interest there to maybe get it going. I know I was talking about how like it sometimes takes too long to play through Sea of Thieves, but like if you do have a good crew together, and you can get either like a brigantine, which is 3 people sailing, or a galleon, which is 4, it is a good time. Okay, I guess these are all just going to be mushrooms. These are all just going to be mushrooms, and we're just going to deal with it. The key is we're consistent. All right, we have 35 lives. I think we're safe. Come on. Damn you, fish. I was also thinking I should probably play more Switch stuff on stream. I'm not really sure what. I think the last thing I played on Switch was probably Mario 35? Oh god. Hard for me to play any type of horde survival by myself, but they're my favorite types of games to play with friends. That is why you should, yeah, you should group up with us then. Because I would agree that if you're not playing with a group of buds, it's not the same, you know, right? It's not the same experience. Which is, we were talking about that earlier, actually, I think before you were in here, that I feel like that's why Back 4 Blood is getting, like, very conflicting reviews, because I think there's some people who have played it and are like, you know, they have a group that they can play with, and they're like, oh, this is a great time. And then there's other people who are, you know, playing it through the matchmaking or trying to play it solo. And apparently playing, specifically Back 4 Blood, playing that solo is apparently a really bad time. Because, like, when you're playing Back 4 Blood solo, apparently you don't even unlock, like, you don't do any of the unlocks. Like, they just they straight up prevent your progression, which feels like a very weird choice to make. Because you're already kind of being penalized for playing it by yourself. I wonder if they're just worried about, like, people cheesing it or something. But that's, like, really weird. So Back 4 Blood playing that solo is apparently really, really bad. But it's on Game Pass. I don't know, Broken Thor, if you have Game Pass, but it's, that's been great, because I have not bought the game, but I installed it on both my Xbox and on my PC here, because I have Game Pass Ultimate. And I think it's even cross-progression. Like, I think if you play on both, it'll keep your save data on both, which is really nice. I kind of wish every game did that. So I did that a lot with Psychonauts 2. I actually played... We recorded a podcast, actually, about Psychonauts 2, but I played Psychonauts 2 on my Xbox, on my PC, and I did some cloud gaming of it, too. And it, literally every time I fired up the application, it just, like, did a quick sync, and then it was like, oh, okay, here's your progress, here's where you are, like, continue. And that was really cool. Because I happened to be playing that game when I was traveling. We took a road trip to see my wife's sister and her husband, because they had a baby a little while ago. And so we went to go visit them. And because of like COVID and stuff, to try to keep everybody as safe as possible, we didn't think it was a good idea to like get on a plane and then, oh, I forgot, I need to twirl jump over those. We didn't think it was a good idea to get on a plane and then be like, hello, little baby who can't be vaccinated. So we road tripped, which was like a 18-hour road trip. And then when I was at my my in-laws' place, I just used a combination of like my laptop that I brought with a controller that I had and their Xbox, given, you know, whatever was available. When they were like working and stuff and the baby was sleeping and there wasn't really much else to do. And it worked perfectly. Like, it was one of those where I'm like, oh my god, the future is now. Which reminds me of a meme that Murph shared on our Discord, which is anytime you talk about experiences like this, when you're like, oh, I had a great time with Game Pass, you just 100% sound like a Microsoft shill. I'm just like, that's the power of Xbox Game Pass. Feel like you're playing the future. But it kind of legit does. But hearing myself talk about it, I'm like, oh my god. This is not sponsored content, I promise. But all that is to say that it is very easy to play if you're on Game Pass. The thing that's kind of cool about Back 4 Blood 2, well, I shouldn't say Back 4 Blood 2 because it's Back 4 Blood 1. I mean Back 4 Blood also, is that they have like these cards and stuff. There's almost like a semi like roguelike or roguelite system where when you do your build or when you do your run, you can put together like a deck of cards that have different like positive multipliers. So like you can reload faster, or you can do more damage, or you can carry more ammo. And that's kind of cool. I'll be curious to see how much of an impact it has on the game like long term. I didn't feel like it had like a super ton of impact on the game initially, but like as the difficulty ramps up, it probably will matter more, that kind of stuff that you take. Well, that didn't work. Also, I gotta say, for a Bluetooth controller, this controller does not have much latency. I was a little worried about that. I should try it with my regular SNES controller, because if I am gonna play some ROM hacks, I feel like the place that I would notice the input lag the most would probably be when I'm playing those. Oh, I didn't know that. There's 3 confirmed expansions already. I did not know that. It feels like they've built a really cool like platform that they can build more on top of. Because I think my only critiques right now with Back 4 Blood are that the enemy variety could stand to be a little bit more, you know? Like there could be more special, because it really feels like there's only a couple of different types of special infected, and then they kind of reskin them to make them look different. But I could see if they added like other campaigns, and you know, that's a really natural, easy thing to do, right? Where it's like, oh, you know, here now there's this type of special infected, and that kind of thing. So that feels like stuff they can easily add on to. Let's get this. Oh, I did not want to do that. Welp. There we go. There we go. So, Broken Thor, have you played much like Left 4 Dead? Like, I think earlier I mentioned I've played a lot of Left 4 Dead 1, but I actually didn't get that into Left 4 Dead 2. Largely for the reasons that you were talking about. I just didn't really have like a crew of people that was playing them at the time. So I just never got into it. Even though pretty much everybody agrees that Left 4 Dead was you know, groundbreaking, but Left 4 Dead 2 is like the real game. Like Left 4 Dead 2 is kind of the masterpiece, you know, right? I don't even remember when Left 4 Dead 1 came out. Was that like mid-2000s? I feel like that was maybe shortly after I was out of college, like maybe 2007? Something like that. I don't remember. Okay, so that's the castle inside the dome, and I think if I remember correctly, you go atop the dome to get to the boss castle. If I remember correctly. Oh, now we're a mix of stars and shrooms. Stars and shrooms forever! Beep, 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 beep. Oh, could you couch co-op that game? I guess I kind of forgot about that. Man, couch co-op is like the best. And I will say hats off to Team Mojang on for Minecraft. I didn't even know you could do this until like we tried it out with my kids. Apparently you can couch co-op Minecraft. Because my kiddos have started doing that, which is like the coolest thing ever. For the little guys, or literally for anybody. But yeah, they can both share the Xbox downstairs and both play some Minecraft. Yeah, it's a little... I would agree with that, Pudini. It is a little basic. Oh, God. But kind of like how, you know, Broken Thor was talking about, they're planning like multiple expansions and stuff. So I feel like what they're trying to do is they're trying to get like a good base level experience down for the game, and then I think maybe add on top of it. So now, you know, I guess the jury's still out on is it too basic, you know, right? And are they going to be able to retain an audience long enough for it to kind of stick around that long? I don't know. But what I played of it so far, I really liked. Because yeah, me, Synapse, Spider, and Dan have been playing it, and it's really good. Yeah, exactly, Synapse. Yes. You don't have to like think about it too much. And I feel like if we ever got to the point where we wanted to kind of like dig into it a little bit more, that's what the higher difficulty levels are for. Because the basic difficulty mode is like, yeah, it's not super demanding, but it's still, when it gets tough, it can still get pretty tough. Oh, yeah. Yes. Any game that has a good like swarm horde mode kind of thing. In fact, there's a new swarm mode coming to Doom Eternal, which I'm really excited to check out. I'm gonna have to wait for this guy to blast a block, aren't I? Yes, I am. Okay, I should have... I'll eat that death, and what I'll do is I'll go back and I'll go get more power-ups at my top secret area. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Spider. Once you collect a decent enough amount of cards, kind of perfecting a deck. Or, as we were saying, the New Zealand deck sealant commercial, once you perfect your deck, then you can really have something. Pretty much everybody has seen that, right? Everybody's seen that New Zealand deck sealant commercial. Because I believe it was actually a legitimate commercial, was it not? Well, you really got to perfect your deck. Okay, how do I stop twirl jumping? Oh no! Yeah, I think that's the dance that they're trying to do, right? That's a good point, Broken Thor. Is that like, you know, what adds a little bit of complexity and replayability could also be a pretty big turnoff. Okay, just don't worry about that. Just go this way, go in the door. Which is what we were trying to do anyway. It's, I feel like, yeah, okay. You guys know what it is. Yeah, the, got so many puns. Like, the level of puns that they're able to get out of that is pretty priceless. Like, literally the puns per second, the PPS, off the charts with the New Zealand deck sealant commercial. When he talked about taking pics, like the finish on his deck was so good he wanted to take dick pics. That's when I almost spit out all of my water on the monitor. This might have been a mistake. Nope, we're good. Okay. We good. We good. Wow. Oh, there she is again. That's Kara, is her name. Little kitty has turned 16 years old. Yeah, well, I don't even know that she's necessarily mad, Pewdini. It's just that earlier when she did that, I was talking about the phenomenon that she has started doing, which is what we call kitty opera, where she just does that at random times of day. She'll just wander into different rooms, and honestly, I think do it just to hear herself, like, make that noise. She may be a little upset that I have the door closed. But I don't think that's 100% what it is. But she loves this house, because where our last house had, like, just almost all carpet, this house is, like, tons of wood floors, tile floors. We have basically no carpet in the house. We have a few rugs. But she just goes into them as if they're, like, echo chambers, opera chambers, and she just, like, row, row, and, like, just... It's kind of incredible. I think she has been waiting for this moment her entire life. We have finally got her the kitty opera hall that she deserves in her twilight years, again, since she's 16. Although that is a cat that she's incredibly healthy and stays incredibly fit because she just, like, gets up on everything. She's the cat that it will not surprise me if she goes way past 20. Yeah, just old cat things, which is literally what our vet told us. When we were like, is this normal? She was like, well, your cat is a geriatric cat now. Although if I close the main door there, because there's a door into the study that I closed, and I don't know if somebody opened that or not, because it sounds like she's right outside the door, but she might not be. She might just be mad that she's not allowed in the study right now, because that's like where her favorite chair is. So she might be trying to con somebody into opening that door. A lot of times when she'll do that too is when she'll sit by a faucet and she wants you to turn the faucet on. So she'll sit there and she'll meow by the faucet until somebody turns it on. And you have to turn it on at just the right speed. And she sits there and uses it as like a cat fountain. So like you have to turn it on so that there's like a thin line of water, not full speed, and then she'll sit there and slurp it. And what's funny is she has both of my kids. My kids are 8 and 4. And she has both of them trained to do it. So much so that the 4-year-old, the other day, I watched him, he grabbed his stool and he just walked right past me with his little step stool that he has to get up on stuff. And he didn't say anything to me. He just walked right past me with his step stool. And then he went into the kitchen and I heard it go thunk. And I was like, oh, maybe he's getting a glass of water. And then I heard the row, row. And I was like, I went around the corner and I saw him up on his step stool, turning the faucet on just for the cat. Just so the cat could get some water. Her water dish was totally full. Her food dish was full, but she just prefers the faucet. And so he turned the faucet on for her. Okay, so I did this. Is this a bonus? I don't even remember this level at all. The old cheese bridge. Oh god! That's my purple Yoshi, come back! I don't think I can do anything to this homie. I think I just have to run past him. I always thought the way that Yoshi looked, by the way, like when he's jumping, he looks really derpy. Like here, just looks like a dino, right? But here he almost looks like he's pooping. Doesn't Yoshi just like, I don't know. I thought that was a weird look. That is too true. Dogs have owners, cats have staff. Yep. We are officially the help. We are here to do the cat's bidding. Oh no! Always got to kick out of the crouch animation. For Yoshi, I'll have to take a look at that. I don't know if I remember what the crouch animation is. Or you just mean for Mario? Because the one where he holds his hat is pretty cute. Right, where he's just like... My cat used to jump from a telephone pole into our pool and fight eagles. Oh my god. That's amazing. I'll have to... Let me go... Oh, well, now I can go get a Yoshi. Oh yeah, that's one of the reasons why I like to unlock Star Road, because then I don't have to manually walk all the way back to the top secret area. Broken Thor, you had some sort of a street fighting cat. That's incredible. It's like, let me at those eagles, which are easily my size or greater. And like, eagles are also not something that you mess with. Like, talk about birds who know how to handle business. That's pretty amazing. Like, let me at him. Okay, so the Yoshi crouch. Oh god. Because Yoshi doesn't change. It's just Mario doing like this. It's like... It's also weird when you're like moving, because then it's the same animation, but you just have that little skid. He's just like... Maybe that could be an emote, just Burns crouch. Although it probably looks like something else. Yeah, the Yoshi. It's why Yoshi became such an instantly iconic character, I think. I don't know why, but when I was a kid and SMW came out, because SMW was like 91, I think, because it was launch of the Super Nintendo. Hello again, kitty. She's very upset today. I was like totally obsessed with Yoshi. Like Mario, and I think it's just because like I was a dinosaur kid. I think a lot of kids are just dinosaur kids. I think it's like a universal thing. I think the master stroke of genius having an adorable little dinosaur in the game that's like, you know, you could ride around on was probably one of the smartest things from like a marketing perspective that Nintendo ever did. My cat also attempted to car surf one time and ended up giving himself a scar across the eye when he fell off. So like, wow. That's crazy. That's a tough cat. That is just like, was your cat Bruce Willis? Like that's kind of like, you know, that's some Die Hard level stuff. Like I'm not unconvinced that your cat could not have taken out Hans Gruber in some Nakatomi Plaza, you know, shenanigans. That's amazing. That cat's a legend. Oh! I don't know if I've ever seen this cloud before. Have I just never gotten this power up before? Okay, that's how you kill those guys. You have to go under them. That's right. Hey! It's just like straight up channeling, you know, your cat's like Bruce Lee reincarnated, you know, right? Your cat's like, what? Kung Fu cat. Legendary. Legendary. This is already another castle? I guess I didn't realize that there's another castle at the edge of Butterbridge. Oh yeah, it's like you win laundry at that point, Pewdini. Yeah. When you get to the end and all socks are paired off as they should be, that's something that belongs in Oddly Satisfying. Should I see if my cat wants to be in here? Hang on, I'll be right back. Let me see what she's up to here. 1 second. Throw up the BRB screen. I want to see what the cat's up to. Be right back. Okay. Okay, so I think what happened was I didn't realize she was actually in the study when I closed it up before stream, because I was trying to make sure that the kids would not like wander in and stuff, and I think she was asleep on her favorite blanket in there, and so then she woke up. And she realized the door to the study was closed, and she wanted out. So that's why she was meowing. So now she is out. She can go get some more food. So if she was grumpy. So I was like, God, she does sound like she's in here. I would just assume she was on the other side of the door. But she was in the big room behind me. So that explains it. She was in the no, not in the panic room. No, like yeah, she was just in the which I don't know if you guys saw that. I showed that off pretty early. But there's this, so the main door is behind me here. This goes into another room back here. This is where she was. She was back in this big room back here. But over here, I have like a little like storage area / panic room that I can just go into right over here. Like if I wanted to hide in here, I guess I can just open this door. This is meant for storage or something. But I, you know, could be easy panic room. Just saying. Just in case we suffer a terrorist attack here. In the middle of the Heartland TM. It is pretty Harry Potter-esque now that you mention it, Broken Thor. Yeah. That's a good point. Like, that is just, you know, it's very room under the stairs. Nice fireballs, nerd. And like I was saying before, this house was... The house that we just bought, it's an older house. It's a 1953 construction. And just back in the 50s, they just put all kinds of weird stuff like that in houses. You know, right? Where now pretty much most houses that are built are pretty much the same kind of plain gray box. You know, back... Oh, actually, speaking of which, when we were unpacking, we were finding stuff to like areas to store different places and what have you, and like places to put our towels. Yeah, it's neat. So like Spider, we totally fell in love with the house. Like it's, you know, whenever you buy a house that's that old, you're gonna just have different maintenance things that you wouldn't have with like a brand new house. But the trade-off is you get a piece that's like this, that's like just has tons of character. And we were putting like towels away in the linen closet area, and yes, so they have already found different like nooks and crannies and different places to hide and stuff. And it's which is another reason why we went with this house, because it was like, I thought about growing up in some of the houses that I've been in, because I've been in a few different houses. We moved around a lot when I was a kid. And I thought, God, this would just be kind of a cool house to grow up in. But we found, as we were putting the towels away, there are the original architect sketches and plans of the house that were just in a closet somewhere. And obviously, since they're from 1953, they're very much deteriorating, but you can still read them. They're still legible. So I think we're going to take them to the library in our town and just see what they have to say about like document preservation. Because I'd love to find a way to preserve them somehow. Because that I feel like is a thing that you just don't always see. But it's like, yeah, you can see like the original like sketches that they had when they were laying out the floors and stuff. You know, modifications that they made to the plans, that kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. And like, a buddy of mine and I at work were talking about this. We also didn't realize we had a laundry chute until we found it. It's in the bathroom on the main level, which is the bathroom that the kids were using. And we lifted it up because there was this little like trap door thing that was like, you know, it's got tile on it like the rest of the finish in the bathroom. And we opened it, and I did one of these. Like I opened up the hatch and I looked down, and I'm looking into the bin of my washing machine down in the basement. And I was like, you know, I told my wife, I was like, hey, Hills, come check this out. And it was just a laundry chute that's right there. And the kids have had so much fun with just the laundry chute. And I remember that when I was a kid, a friend of mine that I used to go hang at his old farmhouse, they had one. And we would just like goof around with the laundry chute. Like it was just funny to just drop stuff down the laundry chute. And I think, you know, it's like that part of your kid brain where you realize that like I'm on this floor and this is a portal to the other floor, and I can just, you know, because when you're a kid, there's like this huge solid separation between I am on this floor, that floor is all the way down there, and having that like secret trap door, you know, that's just for clothes or action figures or, you know, whatever else you want to throw down the chute. So they have already had a blast messing with all that stuff. So yeah, it was kind of one of those where it's like, it was definitely not the house that we went into our search looking for. But then when we found it, we were like, I think this is the one, you know? Which I liken it to like a college search experience and stuff too, where it's like, I don't know if you guys had that experience too, where you went and you looked for different places to go to school. You know, I kind of had that experience where I stepped on the campus of the school that I went to and I was like, you know, this is the place, I think. This is where I should be. Oh god. Oh, Yoshi just straight up ate. Okay, that's fine. God, we're kind of trucking through Super Mario World right now. I think what I'm going to do is, what time is it? It's 1:45 here. I was going to do a little bit of a shorter stream here. Oh, it's Manly Fish Bro! Whoa, Manly Fish Bro, how are you? Long time no see, welcome on in. Good to see you again. Worked at a place with a working dumbwaiter, and I can't believe how little we use it. Oh man, that would be a dream. Why do you think people don't use it? Manly Fish Bro, it's good to see you. think the last time I talked to you was in probably Violet Knight's chat. Hope things are well with you. Thanks for dropping by. I wonder why that is, though, that people don't use it. Because you would think something like that that's that useful would be something people would take advantage of, but I used to have a job where I was the dumbwaiter. I mean, we've all been there. I think everybody should have a job in the service industry at some point, because there are some people who were never on that side of the equation, and it shows, because they're just awful damn mean, you know? And my first couple of jobs were both in food service. I did some fast food stuff, and then I did I guess I'll just say I worked for you know, the Golden Arches company. And then I did a lot of pizza delivery actually in college, which was a really good college job, by the way. I would advocate anybody in college should look up pizza delivery. At least when I was doing it, it was a pretty good job. But I mean, you'll get people that are just like the nicest people in the world, and then there are just some people who are like, how do you get through life being the way that you are? Oh, job in retail? Yeah. Retail's basically the same thing. I would equate like retail and food service and all that kind of stuff. You should have a job in at least one of those sectors sometime in your life, just to appreciate, you know, what folks are going through on that side of the fence. Because I would hope that anybody who would have that experience would then not do some of the nonsense that I see people do in the service industry. You woke up all the fishes! Been at the steakhouse job for a year now. Now I want a steak. Well, GG's on the 1 year at the gig. Are they treating you well there? Both the customers and the management? They better be. Is it a brew pub? Man, brew pubs are the best. Usually pretty alright food and just locally brewed beer. Nothing better. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, some people are just real great, and then other people are like, what is wrong with you? I will say probably my favorite memory of delivering pizzas was I delivered pizzas the night that I mentioned this earlier, and it's for people who live like in the Midwest, you know what this is, but ragbrai, which is, I'll spell it out, it's this, R-A-G-B-R-A-I, ragbrai, and it stands for the Register's Great Annual Bike Ride Across Iowa, which is basically exactly what it sounds like. It's a bike ride from literally the western side of the state to the eastern side of the state. You do it over the course of a week. And I've done it a couple of times myself when I was in much better shape. But 1 year I delivered pizzas when ragbrai came through the town, my hometown where my pizza place was. And I was delivering pizzas all night, because it's thousands of people. Because people come from all over the U.S. and sometimes all over the world to do this bike ride. Because it's unique because it's not a race. It is literally just a ride, but it's a week-long ride. And I delivered pizzas that night, and pretty much everybody I talked to was like awesome. I delivered a ton of pizzas to like just tents that are, were randomly at the corner of this and this, right? And one dude, the order was something like, just shy of $50. And the guy hands me a $100 bill and he says, keep the change. And I look at him and I'm like, I'm a college student, you know, just slinging pizzas and you know, paying all the college bills that you pay. And I look at him and I'm like, you serious? Like, you know what your order cost, right? Like, this is as a huge tip. And he was like, no, keep it pizza, dude. And he was very drunk. But that didn't matter. Like, I confirmed with him. I'm like, okay, are you sure? And he said, yep. So I got, just from that one delivery, a $50 tip, which was pretty wild. And most of the people that night were very cool. Like, they were. And so I was just driving all night long, just slinging pizzas, delivering pizzas to tents. Keep it pizza, dude. That's the exact energy, Spider. You've got it. 100%. Just now getting staffed up. I was only the back waiter every day, but Saturday all summer. Gotcha. Yeah, I suppose with COVID and stuff, yeah. Is it starting to return a little bit more to normal, though? Also, hopefully the COVID numbers in your area are looking as good as they can. Hopefully folks getting their vax, keeping the numbers down. I would like to say that people in my state are doing what they should. Some of them are, many of them aren't. Makes me big sad. On the COVID front, though, it does sound like what I've heard is the numbers are headed in the right direction, and we might be looking at sort of, you know, that maybe, like, by spring we might be looking at the pandemic starting to wind down, actually. Like, fingers crossed. God, wouldn't that be a dream? I'm kind of wondering, like, if I should have a, once the pandemic is done, I think, honestly, you know, Synapse, who's was here earlier, might still be here lurking. His kiddo and my kids, we get them together pretty regularly, because Synapse and I go way, way back. Honestly, one of the first things we may do is probably go to, like, the Wisconsin Dells, you know, for the kids and stuff, because that would be the perfect pandemic bookend, because that was the trip that we had to cancel right as the pandemic kind of shut everything down. So that would be a nice little bookend to get the kids, like, able to do their trip again. Oh, sure. Which is weird. Like, I cannot imagine people literally leaving a job because they don't do the thing that, like, everybody should do. Like, that's the part that I just feel like, you know, in ancient times, right? Like, people would have given just about anything for the medical options that we have now. And to, like, try to explain to somebody who lived through, like, legit plague times, or, you know, pre-polio vaccine, that, like, oh yeah, we got this thing and it's crazy effective. You know, you just have to take this vaccine ahead of time and you're, like, 95% protected. And people don't do it. You know, I don't understand it. Don't get it. Literal generations of people would have given just about anything to have what we have. People don't do it. Well, glad to hear it's picking up, Manly Fish Bro. Yeah, I think Delta just socked everything. Like, it just really, you know, because that's the thing. You can keep stuff open as much as you want to, but it's still going to have an impact because there's just a lot of people who don't want to go. Yeah, exactly, Mad Bardigan. Exactly. Like, there are people in many other countries who are still actively trying to get a hold of the thing that we have, you know, at the corner store, right? You can go down to your pharmacy and get it right now. Oh, you work at oh wow, Spider. That's crazy. That is what's okay, yeah, because like that's the same. That strikes me as like the same thing as like people who work as nurses, right, in like frontline care in some of these places, saying like I'm not gonna get the vaccine, and it's like, but you treat people like you're literally refusing. It's insane to me. I don't get it. Just all kinds of stuff that just shouldn't be political. Like, I don't like to get into politics in general. Largely because I work for an organization that strives to be apolitical, right? That it's, largely just fact-based reporting, but even that becomes politics in current times. Yeah, same with me, Spider. I feel like before I much more was like, I'm trying to understand where people are coming from. Like I want to know, and like I feel like the pandemic in particular has really made it hard for me to do that, because like where people are coming from is just so weird anymore that it's like I have a hard time getting to that base level of empathy. Yeah, misinformation to the max, 100%. Well, I remember seeing like a meme a while ago that was like, Facebook did to our folks what they thought like MTV and Nickelodeon were, like did to our folks' brain what they thought MTV and Nickelodeon were doing to ours, right? They're like, oh, that stuff will rot your brain. And then, what are our folks doing? They're on like, freedom.eagle, sharing, garbage stuff to their Facebook feed, and they're like, there's microchips in that vaccine because Big Pharma wants to track you. I better tweet this from my iPhone. That's totally not tracking me. And that like base level of just like information competence that just a lot of people don't have, which I think leads to a lot of the crazy conspiracy theories that you hear. Where I work inside Churchill Downs, I really thought COVID was done. We had the Kentucky Derby, and it didn't lead to an outbreak. Yeah, it felt like for a minute there, Manly Fish Bro, that like we were all kind of celebrating there for like pre-Delta, like before Delta hit. It really felt like it was like getting over, right? Where like, yeah, maybe not everybody was getting a vaccine, but like a lot of people were getting vaccines, and like the numbers were all trending in the right direction. It's like, oh man, maybe we're on the right side of this. And then just like, nope. I think that was the hardest part for me to deal with. Favorite part is there's a Bill Gates microchip in it, but yet they have a phone that tracks their every movement. Yeah, exactly. Medbardigan. It's like, and they probably also have like smart speakers in their house, right? Like all that kind of stuff. It's like, okay. Local ice rink has been closed since the beginning of the pandemic, and it just makes me sad that I can't play hockey. Yeah. I didn't start working until the pandemic started, so I don't really know the pre-pandemic feeling of everything. Yeah, it's those little things though, Broken Thor. Like exactly, like all the stuff that's like, man, I just really missed this. Like, we were thinking about going out to the orchard the other day with the kids, so we sort of drove by, and it was just packed. Like it was absolutely packed, and there was like nobody's wearing masks, and everybody's like, obviously it's mostly outdoors, but then you go into like different areas where there's like a corn pit and stuff, and it's just people on top of people, and we just noped right out of there, right? Because it's like, my wife and I are vaccinated, but our kids are young enough where they can't yet. Our oldest will probably be able to be vaccinated soon, according to the science and some of the stuff that I've seen lately. It looks like they're pretty close to authorizing that. But it's like all that kind of stuff that you just like, you don't feel right doing anymore until we're through the surge, right? Just sucks. Someone at work said we're going back to Cold War times with the vaccination card stuff. I still don't get that one. What does that even mean? What does that mean? That's like somebody mixing up like all of their metaphors. Because like, with the were they going for a World War II reference and instead landed on Cold War? Because like, I've seen a lot of people compare it. Like, that's so confusing. Like nobody had cards in the Cold War. That's not even what the Cold War was. Like That is literally, oh, right into the lava. That's literally somebody else hearing somebody else complain, and probably somebody being like, what is this, World War II Germany? We got to carry around, show us your papers. You know, that's probably the reference they were going for, and instead they landed on Cold War. Like, oh my God. You can't even get your ridiculous, like, idiotic straw man argument references right. Like, that's a new level of just mega dumb. Oh man. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. Manly Fish Bro, yeah. I mean, and we've had a lot of talks with our kids too about, like, you know, like our 4-year-old actually said, like, because they didn't come with us when we took this family trip to go see my wife's sister and her husband and their new baby. And my 4-year-old actually said right away, he's like, oh yeah, because we're not vaccinated yet. And I was like, yes, because you know, we just want to make sure that we're not, you know, baby Gwen is very little, you know, right? We don't want to share germs and that kind of thing. So, you know, we've been talking to them about it. But yeah, I think once the little kiddos are able to get vaccinated, because like what it seems like is the little kids they're not as affected by it as much, which is good, but I mean, they can still spread it to obviously all the high risk groups. I'm going to die. I think that'll really help get stuff under control, you know? I hope so. I'm holding out hope that by like March of this coming year, things will be a lot better. And we can kind of just start doing a little bit more of the stuff that we used to do, you know, pre-pandemic. Because I'm more of an introverted kind of person anyway. Like I'm kind of you know, I don't think anybody's truly introverted or extroverted, you know, in the classical sense. Well, I mean, some people are, but it's like a spectrum, like any other type of human behavior. But when I'm getting to the point where even I'm like, I want to get out and do stuff, then you know it's been a long time coming. Northern Australian province that has the vaccine mandate, like 80%, or you get heavily fined. Some politician criticized them for it, and they shot back with how much better off they are right now because they forced it. Yeah, totally. It's weird how, like, you reach that number. I didn't jump again. You reach that number of, you know, the target for herd immunity, and weirdly, everybody's much safer. It's almost like the stuff works. I think that's my favorite, like, quip about science in general is, like, you know, the reason why I'm a big fan of science is that it works whether you believe in it or not. And that's, like, the whole point. Not to take anything away from anybody who has, you know, any other general beliefs or anything, but I think that's, you know, when you're in a pandemic, I would like to lean on the science. And it's also, I had a conversation with my son's teacher. I have missed that every single time. I had a conversation with my son's teacher, my oldest son's teacher, because we had him out of school last year. He's in school this year now because we thankfully still have a mask mandate in school and all that kind of stuff. And they had a mask mandate last year too. And I was dropping off school supplies and stuff, and I left the Kleenex box there, and I was like, oh, well, you know, any classroom's probably going to need these. And she said, no, you know, you'd be surprised. Last year we didn't, because everybody was wearing masks. You know, not only did we have a pretty good, you know, situation with COVID, but she's like, we didn't really have any cases of the flu. There was very little, like, colds passing around and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, weird. You mean like the masks that everybody was wearing were working? She was like, yeah, weird, huh? Because I remember there was somebody who I was talking to who had said, like, oh, you think they're going to want us to wear masks, like, all the time now, like, during flu season and stuff? And I was like, well, you know, in a lot of other countries they do, and they have traditionally a lot less flu transmission than we do here, so probably not a bad idea. And, like, it's the smallest, easiest thing you can do, right? Like, it's just... But anyway, I'll get off the soapbox, because that would easily be me just ranting about that for literal hours. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with this fortress. This is the first time I've been stopped by like a level. But I told my wife the other day, I was like, I think that's the part of the pandemic that I'm most fatigued about, is that like just all the people who literally cannot be bothered to do the smallest little thing to help keep people safe, you know, right? Like I'm just so tired of that conversation. And it almost always comes from the people who are like, I would die for my country. And it's like, you wouldn't even put on a stupid piece of cloth. Like, don't start with that. Oh yeah, no, get it out there, Spider. No, I'm not stopping either. It's yeah, exactly. Yeah, this thing that is a slight inconvenience and like not even worthy of note, really. Oh, now I'm just getting impatient. I'm getting impatient and punchy. Yeah, this suddenly you can tell it's like you can tell yesterday I had a major thing that I was hoping to do with the kids and I couldn't do because people were not behaving correctly. Because I'm in that mindset of like, man, I'm just so tired of this. But I am. And I think everybody is, you know. I just worry that if we can't do little things like that, right? Like if we all can't agree like, oh, okay, we'll just do this very small thing. Then what else can't we do? Yeah, Spider, yes, exactly that. Exactly that. It's the I gotta remember to go. I'm playing that too conservative there. I could probably go back, I guess, if I get caught there again. But yes, it is that. It's the lack of empathy, 100%. And I don't get it. Like, I don't know. I like, you know, I like to have nice things for me too, you know, right? But I don't understand why people can't at least, like, I'm the type of person who like normally just like generally like crowds. Like I love I love talking to my friends. I love like chatting with people here on Twitch. Like I love like interpersonal contact, but like people in general, like large groups of people, I'm just like, man, people sometimes really bug me. But at the same time, I want to do everything I can to protect my fellow person, even though a lot of those people I don't like. Even if I don't like them, I don't want them to get COVID, you know, right? Gonna try to give my mom a call. She's 60 today. Oh, nice. Happy birthday to Mama Fish Bro. And my brother got her a trip to Niagara Falls. It's so she'd get the shot. Have a good day. Hey, thanks for dropping by. It was really good to talk to you. Happy birthday to your mom. Glad she got the shot. That was a very clever way to do that. Drop by any old time. It was good to see you. If you want to, by the way, Manly Fish Row, we do have a Discord.
We would be honored if you would join us.
If you're into that sort of thing, feel free to drop by. We group up and play some games every now and then. If not, we'll just see you next time. And thanks for dropping by. It's good to see you. Only had 2 conversations with anti-vaxxers. Both went pretty well. Oh, both went really poorly. Both my parents had it while I was staying with them, and I never got it, but my antibody count is high. Antibodies for days. I actually did have... Conversations with anti-vaxxers are tough. I actually got into the weeds with... I wouldn't even say this guy was anti-vax, but I was getting my oil changed. And I was just in the waiting area, you know, waiting for them to say that it was done or whatever. And he was like, he kind of went into the whole, he definitely adopted the approach of like, they rushed it, you know, right? Like, well, I'm just nervous because this whole thing came out super fast. I asked them if they knew what asymptomatic meant. Guess what? They didn't. Yeah, exactly. People don't understand anything that they're talking about. This dude that I had talked to, he basically kind of adopted the whole like, well, you know, it all came out so fast and blah, blah, blah. And at this point, I had been vaccinated. And so I said to him, I was like, well, you know, I've got it. And so far I haven't, you know, grown another, you know, antler or anything like that off the top of my head. And he kind of chuckled, and then he actually legitimately, like, I just took it from that approach. Like, I wasn't judgmental with him at all, and I was like, well, you know, he asked me some questions about like how I felt and that kind of stuff, and I said, I honestly didn't have much of a reaction to it at all. I said, my wife did, you know, she had, for the first day she was okay, the second day she was kind of down for the count, almost like, you know, flu light, basically, is what I told him, you know, like, body chills, some aches, high temperature, you know, that kind of stuff. And I said, but that subsided in about 8 to 12 hours. And I honestly just had like a really good chat with him. And I have no idea if I like had any sort of persuasive influence, but I just tried to like listen to what his concerns were. And then I talked to him a little bit about like what I knew about the vaccine. Cause like, you know, even though, yes, this vaccine was developed quickly, like basically the technology for the mRNA vaccines, which is the Pfizer and the Moderna, like they've had for a long time, and they've sort of just not had a reason to deploy it. And so I said, it's like, you know, while this shot is really new, the research behind this type of vaccine and how to deploy it quickly has been in the works for decades. So I think that's the best you can do with folks like that, because I didn't know this guy from anybody. I was just trying to get him to, you know, think about it. And I think I did. I think I got him to at least think about it. And I'm like, I'll chalk that up as a win, right? Because this guy doesn't know me from anybody. And if I can get him to at least be like, oh, maybe I'll check it out. And I told him, I ended the conversation with like, I'm like, well, you know, if you trust your doctor, you know, I would say talk to your doctor about it. I would say pretty much any doctor worth their salt is probably going to tell you, you know, it's safe. Here's why. Go get the vaccine. But I was like, I told him, and I chatted with my doctor about it for a while, and, you know, which is not really true. I mean, I did. I talked to my doctor about it, and it was like, I'm getting a vaccine. Where can I get it? He's like, good, go. But that felt like a win, you know, where anytime you talk to somebody who's on that side and they're a little hesitant, if you can get at least them to kind of like open their mind a little bit and consider it. So I was like, well, hopefully that guy got his shot. Because he was also like a single dad and stuff. And I was like, I told him, I was like, I definitely mostly wanted to get this shot for my kids, you know, right? Because like, maybe nothing will happen to me if I get COVID, but maybe something really bad will happen to me, and, you know, still kind of want to be around for my kiddos, you know. See, Spider, I did not have that. I was actually legitimately kind of worried about it, because like a lot of people said the second shot hit him like a truck, and I was almost like is mine working? Hello? Is it in there? Is shot working? But apparently some people, it varies greatly by your own, you know, your own immunity and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, does anybody know about boosters? Like I think I'm gonna have a chat with my doctor about boosters, because right now I think it's just people who are like immunocompromised or in high risk categories. But oh, see, I've had some really bad flus actually. And this is another one of those, like, I hope what COVID has taught us is like not to go to work sick, you know, right? The worst flu I ever had in my life, my wife and I both got it, and we got it from a guy who went to work at my place of work, and he should not have been there. He was in a studio and he was recording stuff, and he had his coat on. And I was like, that's weird. And then I saw him like shivering. And so I opened the door and I'm like, hey man, what's going on? And like he had the flop sweat, you know, and everything. And I'm like, you look like you're sick. You pretty sick? He's like, yeah, well, I don't feel great, but like, oh, I can power through it. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's not really about powering through it. Please don't spread that around. And he did. And I got it. And what's worse is my wife got it. And she was very pregnant with our first kid at the time. And we both talk about that flu. The worst flu either of us had ever had. And we had our flu shot that year. So we just lucked out and got one of the strains that, you know, was not protected by that. Yeah, I don't get it, Spider. I don't get it. And like what sucks is like the organization that we work for, like I know in my head how much paid time off he had, and it's a ton. So there's literally no excuse for him to have done that. high risk and elderly. My parents are older and getting them. Dad had no reaction to it. Okay. Yeah, my wife's folks have they actually got their booster a few weeks back because they got it while they were down here visiting, because they could just walk into like a pharmacy and get it. Oh, Broken Thor. Yep. Yeah, yeah, I think you're probably right. Like, it's just so hard to have those types of conversations. Yeah, if somebody's and that stinks, you know, right? Because, like, they're your family and you want them to, like, do the right thing. But I know what you're saying. That's probably the hardest place to have that conversation. Because if somebody's at least open to it, you know, that's one thing. But if they make it part of, like, yeah, like my faith says, it's very hard to... Oh! Sorry, Yoshi. Yeah, I'm very lucky on both ends, Spider, because, like, my wife's folks and my folks both are fully vaxxed. Which was honestly a relief, because that's the hardest thing. Oh, I didn't realize your dad was that bad off, Spider. Because I remember you said that, I think I remember when you said your dad had come down with it, but I don't think I had heard how it wound up. He did pull through, though, and, like, I mean, does he have any, like, long-standing complications? I hope he's okay. That's so hard. Especially when you were literally there, like, saying, like, please do the thing. I care for you. Please do the thing. That's what I needed to do. Oh, wow. Yeah. That's what I've heard, Spider, is like situations like that where like kind of the illness upon illness like stacks. Like that's the real danger zone. Yeah. Also not true. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah. No, that's like 100%. Like that was early on actually. In the pandemic, they were saying like, yes, if you got it, still please get the vaccine. Oh no, that's no good. Yeah, Pudini, I don't disagree. I honestly kind of wonder why there hasn't been more of that, because like, I know there has been like on our coverage, like on public radio and stuff. But I think that's an issue where like seeing the images I think is very powerful. And I think a lot of like mainline news is a little hesitant to get that in the weeds about it and get that kind of, you know, show that level of like gory detail with it. Oh, is he gonna do it? That's good. If work is having him do it and he's willing to at least do it then that's good. Yeah, it's one of those by like any means necessary, right? Like you'd love to win the hearts and minds conversation, but it's like at the end of the day, as long as it's a shot in the arm. Can I do this before he gets on the wall? I can. Look at that. We did it. We done did it. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, well, I think this hath been lovely. I think I'm going to call it there. You know what? Let's do this. Let's find somebody to raid. Please get the shot, man. Yeah. Agreed. Well, thanks for dropping by, everybody. We had lots of cool folks here today. We had Synapse with the resub, Pudini with the resub. We had tons of requests for SNES games. Kev Gen redeemed some. Mad Bardigan redeemed some. Spider got the Cheers entrance. Mad Bardigan with the Prime sub. Lots of cool folks coming out today. Thank you for dropping by. Should we raid somebody? Simon's on. Should we raid into Simon? I don't think I've ever raided into Simon. Incredibly fortunate that my brother is not only a doctor, but was the cardiology consult for one of the patient zeros in Michigan, so he told us exactly what we needed to do. Yeah, that's like real. That's real right there. Yeah, let's go right into Simon. Simon is playing. Looks like they are playing Breath of the Wild. Nice. Yeah, let's go right into Simon. I don't think I've ever gotten the good fortune to raid into Simon. So what does the Simon say? The Simon says, yeah, thanks everybody who came out. Good to see you again, Broken Thor. Nice to hang out with all yous. I think I will be back on probably Wednesday night. Not the Tuesday night because I got to wake up early, but probably playing a Resident Evil. Raid message. Oh, not the exclamation point. There we go. I know how to do this. Exclamation point doesn't do it. Slash command does it. There we go. Should we do the regular raid message? This is the regular raid message. This raid is hot garbage. You can also drop in whatever you want to do. You can do some extra hearts if you want to. That might be cool. But yeah, I'll be back on Wednesday night. See you guys on the Discord, if not before. Sounds like Spider, Synapse, Dandolf, maybe. If we can get some Back for Blood going, we'll do that. So cool. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Thanks for hanging out. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Going. Welcome, Raiders. Welcome.